All right. This is Big Ronnie saying if you don't watch this guy's YouTube channel, you're making a big mistake.
What is up, everybody? What is up? OGP back with you for another video. It is 5 o'clock on the West Coast of the United States. It is Monday, May 9th, 2022. That means it is time for OGP's live movie news. So here we go, diving in. Before we get into it, a lot of you might have seen some special news about tonight. So first, let me say, if you don't mind, hit the thumbs up if you would, and make sure you're subscribed and you've hit the bell so you get all the notifications. But yes, you are reading right. Tonight we are doing a live stream drawing, a live contest that I will announce how it's going to take place, but you have to be watching this video at the time to possibly be entered in that drawing. And so I recommend you all stay tuned, because that will happen no matter how many viewers we have. That will happen at a certain time between now and 6 p.m. So within the next 58 minutes, we will be drawing a winner. If we have 0 to 39 viewers, it will be a $30 gift card. If we have 40 to 99 viewers, it will be a $50 gift card. If we have 100 or more viewers at the time, it will be a $100 Amazon gift card that we are giving away tonight. So I recommend share the video if you haven't already done so. Let your friends know, so you get a better chance. It's going to be a real fun way, a very fair and fun way for everybody to have a chance to win up to $100 on an Amazon gift card tonight. So thank you all very much for being here. I really appreciate it. Again, like I said, if you would hit the thumbs up button. With that being said, we'll get more into that stuff a little bit later once we've covered the news. But for now, let's talk about what is going on in the wide, wide world of entertainment right now. And unless you are not a fan or are living on another planet, you have probably already seen Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which came out. The early views were last Thursday, so you've had like 4 days to go see it. I'm still going to avoid major spoilers on it, but we will talk about a few things. To me, this was an amazing movie. I did a little video that is on the channel. It was only like 4 minutes long. As soon as I got out of the theater, I came home, recorded the video, talked about my thoughts on the movie. There was absolutely no spoilers in it at all. Things that I'll talk about now are even more detailed than I talked about in that video. That was just strictly my opinion of the movie. And I'll be doing that from here on out. Whenever I go see a new movie, I'll be coming home and giving you my thoughts immediately. And if you enjoy what I had to say or value my opinions on movies, you can check those out if you'd like. So anyways, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness brought us the reunion of Sam Raimi and Mr. Bruce Campbell, which is a match made in heaven, if you ask me. Bruce was, a cameo role at most in this. And he did take part in one of the Easter eggs at the end. So you've got to stay. If you haven't seen it yet, stay all the way to the very, very end till the credits are done. But Bruce Campbell was in there, and his role, what he did was very funny. and it will remind you of previous projects. So it was great. I really enjoyed it. Uh, it was cool seeing Wanda now becoming the Scarlet Witch, and with all her superpowers and everything. Wong obviously was in it, and he was hilarious as always. We got the new character, America Chavez, who is a girl with powers to travel between the universes, and so like that was pretty cool because after seeing the last Spider-Man, it was I thought it was just going to be Doctor Strange cleaning up his mess from what he started with the last Spider-Man, and no, it wasn't really that at all. It was more centered around this character, America Chavez, and the Scarlet Witch, knowing about her and kind of maybe being a little bit jealous of those powers that America Chavez had. So it was a very unique, different story other than what I expected, and I saw that from some other vloggers or just people talking about it in general. The movie wasn't exactly what we expected, and that was a good thing, especially because there were a ton of trailers released and we thought we all knew what was going on, and it was a little bit different, so I enjoyed that. Some other things I really enjoyed were the like zombie Doctor Strange. If you haven't seen it, I won't say too much about that, but remember, Doctor Strange in the multiverse of madness, each universe has its own Doctor Strange, each universe has its own Iron Man, and so on and so forth. So the zombie Doctor Strange was really badass. I loved it. I loved how dark they went with that, and a lot of the scenes revolving around that time in the movie. Really good stuff right there. So I like that. That was a lot of fun, and it was like Marvel finally realized we can go dark. We can do, we could take a cue from DC and make some dark, evil stuff, and people will enjoy it. But I did see a lot of comments, posts, people talking about this is not something that you want to take little kids to, and no, this is not Spider-Man of old. This is not something that you really want to subject like a 4-year-old to or something. That it definitely earned its PG-13 rating. And then the other cameos, Mr. Charles Xavier, aka Patrick Stewart, yes, and then some other people like John Krasinski and all these other cameo goodness people that we got involved in. And I'm not going to go into detail on all of them. I do, like I said, I don't want to completely spoil the film for everybody, but I just absolutely loved it. Doctor Strange was amazing. And I've seen a lot of people saying, oh, if you haven't seen WandaVision, or if you haven't seen some of the other movies, you won't understand, or you may not understand. I don't think that's the case at all. I tried watching WandaVision. I personally thought it sucked. I couldn't stand it. I turned it off. I was like fast forwarded, like hoping that they would get out of the like what it was, and maybe that was just like the first episode or something. But no, I couldn't get into WandaVision at all. But I still loved this movie. And the first Doctor Strange movie was great too, but I definitely think this one up that. This is definitely a little bit better. So, anyways, yeah, Doctor Strange came out. What do you guys think? Comments down below. Let me know. What are your thoughts on Doctor Strange? And we'll come back and I'll jump into some of your comments and say hello to you all in just a moment. Here, I want to talk about the other theatrical releases that we're getting this week in particular, and one of which being Firestarter, which in my opinion we didn't ask for and we didn't want, but here we are getting Firestarter. And you can see in the little teeny tiny print there, it's also going to be streaming. If you have Peacock, you'll be able to watch it there as well. You won't have to go pay to see it at the theaters, which I do not plan on doing at all either way. One thing I did see, and I just don't care about this movie at all, so I didn't really dive into it. But I did see that John Carpenter was involved in the score for this film, or the music for this film, and whatever fashion, I don't know, but that was kind of interesting because John Carpenter is his movies plus his music are always amazing. So that may at some point scratch the itch for me to watch it, like on Peacock or something. But I'm not in a big hurry. But that is coming out this week. And the only other one, I mean, there's really nothing big coming out in the theaters this week, but the only other one worth mentioning, in my humble opinion, which will also be streaming if you so choose to save your money. I don't know where it's streaming though. I looked and looked and looked and I couldn't figure. I saw something about maybe on Apple TV, but Christina Ricci in this horror movie, they try to really make you want to believe that this is a real scary horror movie, but it's rated PG-13. You can't really do real horror movie at PG-13, in my opinion, unless, I mean, like, you could kind of categorize this new Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness movie. Like, you could kind of push it a little bit into a horror category, but that's PG-13. But a real, I mean, like, a real think of, like, maybe you could can you guys name a really good horror movie that was PG-13? I can't. And then lastly, theatrical wise, just another reminder, we are now, looks like about 18 days away from Tom Cruise, the return of Maverick in Top Gun 2, Top Gun Maverick. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Cannot wait for Top Gun Maverick to pop up. And so with that being said, before I jump into anything else, let's take a look at some of your comments. Say hello to everybody here. Oh no, we already got a spammer. Canadian Blu-ray, Daniel, how you doing tonight? Brent Mania, 8 o'clock in Ohio. Raven Loon, what is up? How are you doing, Mr. Bones? What up, Mr. Bones? And Ortega 949, what is cracking with you? Hold on, let me block the spam bots here. Man, these damn spam bots. Balzer 77, what's the word, Balzer? How you doing? Hoping to see it soon. Oh yeah, oh that's too bad. Yeah, sometimes we all got jobs and we got to pay bills or else we can't go see movies, and so definitely I understand that, and that's why I'm trying not to go too heavy with the spoilers. Oh, Daniel, you will love Doctor Strange too. You will love Fluffy Gamer is in the house. What up, a Fluffy Gamer? Canadian Blu-ray says, what's up to the Fluffy Gamer? And Ravenloon says, what up? Oh, to the fellow 211 drinker. There it is. Mario Villain, what's up, Mario? Oh, Jesse Swarbrick in the house. What is going on? And let's see. Tired hurt your back if you. Oh, that sucks, man. Sorry to hear about that. Hopefully you get to feeling better real quick, bro. Hopefully. All right. Well, now we have jumped through some of those. Let's get back to talking about some of the cool stuff in and around this date and time here. One of which being over this past weekend, we had UFC 274, and this looked like a great card to begin with, but it fell apart real fast. We had Oliveira versus Gaethje for the title. Well, Oliveira didn't make weight, and so he lost the belt before the match. And then Gaethje came out with a horrible performance and got beat in the first round. So we do not have, I don't know if they've announced an interim title, interim champion, or if it's just up in the air, but a lot of possibilities, some speculation that we might get a fight with Conor McGregor getting a chance to get the belt back there. But here we go. Looking at the card, my picks were pretty atrocious this week. I picked Gaethje. I thought Gaethje was going to come out hungry. He looked bad. I thought Thug Rose would come out. And this fight, Rose versus Carla Esparza, man, the first 3 minutes of the fight, not one blow landed between the two of them. Horrible. I don't know what they were doing. But I was right with Michael Chandler. He kicked Tony Ferguson in the face and knocked him out cold, put him to sleep. And I got OSP right over Mauricio Rua. And then Donald Cerrone, the other one, Mr. Cowboy, didn't even get to fight. He came down with the illness, apparently non-COVID related before the fight, didn't even get to fight. So bummer. Now this week coming up, UFC Fight Night, it's not a big card, but the main event, you got John Blachowicz versus Alexander Rakic. And that's for the main event. It's not a title fight or anything, but the real exciting one for me is Caitlin Chukagian versus Amanda Rebes. But Caitlin Chukagian is one of my favorite UFC fighters. So she'll be fighting. I think she's like the third fight on the main card this weekend. So very much looking forward to that UFC fight night because of my girl Caitlin Chukagian fighting there. And then talking about TV, yep, it is Better Call Saul night. It is Monday, so we got our Better Call Saul coming on a little bit later. Then tomorrow night, we've got Mayans again. Both Better Call Saul and Mayans are off to great starts. Very exciting. Looking forward to the rest of these seasons here. And if you haven't seen Ozark yet, you need to get with it. The final season, the second half of the final season, was just released like a week and a half ago on Friday. And it is amazing. They did a great job finishing this up. And like I said last week, I am going to miss this show. It was a great show, so well written. And I mean, it is really up there. I don't know if it's going to make my TV show Mount Rushmore, which would be like Breaking Bad, The Sopranos, Dexter. And I know a lot of people wouldn't go with Dexter. But then, there's a lot of others. There's a lot of others. But maybe Ozark would work its way up there. But I just don't know. But to me, the fourth and final on my Mount Rushmore of TV shows right now would have to be Star Wars related. And no, that would not be the Book of Boba Fett. It would be The Mandalorian, yes. And The Mandalorian, which took place later on in Luke Skywalker's life, will have hopefully nothing to do with, and Boba Fett will have nothing to do with Obi-Wan Kenobi, which comes out later this month as well. Have you seen the trailers for this? It looks so good. And it's really cool. They're bringing back Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen, Joel Edgerton, and even Bonnie, if you say her last name, Peace. Joel Edgerton and Bonnie being Owen and Beru Lars, who were Luke Skywalker's aunt and uncle. They were in episode 2, I think. Obviously Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen were Obi-Wan and Darth Vader. To have all four of them coming back from those early films is really cool. They didn't have to do that, but the fact they did it to me is really cool. I like that a lot. But seeing the young Luke Skywalker, and what would become his childhood home planet with his uncle there, and the uncle kind of making the sarcastic remark to Obi-Wan, where Obi-Wan's saying, well, he's going to have to get trained when he grows up, and then Owen Lars is like, oh, what, like you trained, the others? His, like, basically his dad, referring to how he trained Darth Vader. So, or Anakin, So that was kind of a cool little interaction, gave you, plus seeing some of the areas, the settings, it's looks like it's going to be a very cool show. I'm very excited for it. And then it finishes up with them kind of piecing together Darth Vader a little bit. You never see the face or the mask, but you do see a lot of Darth Vader, and that's pretty cool. Very much looking forward to that right there. And then in the way of physical media, we've got later this month still The Batman and X coming out on May 24th on physical media there. A couple more comments. Let's take a look here. Let's see what is going on. Thanks for voting. Oh, yes. I do need to mention that. And Mr. Canadian Blu-ray is, we're going to get into that. You're going to have to give me a few minutes before I can share that, Daniel. But there is a voting thing for somebody Daniel knows that where he's asking for support. So if you could, once I get to talking about that and sharing that, if you could support Daniel's homegirl here, that would be really cool. He would really appreciate that. Yes. So definitely get into that here in a little bit. Mario, I just got lots of movies at $1.25. Chris Angel, Hitch, Will Smith, Spree, Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle Break. Oh, okay. You just like throwing out some names and titles and stuff there. Okay, nice, cool. Yeah, they've had some interesting stuff there at the Dollar Tree lately. So yeah, definitely. I need to get back over there and check it out. I did not get there this past Saturday, so hopefully there's still some goodies there for me left to jump on. And now we'll look at, I didn't do any of my little fancy cards here for the physical media this week, but we do have Jurassic Park from 1993, Jurassic Park Lost World from 1997, Jurassic Park 3 from 2001, all getting 4K releases, Uncharted getting a 4K release, and Uncharted, that one just came out this year. So I mean, that's like your real biggie of the week coming out there. Boy, I wish I could zoom in a little bit more on this, but it just gets a little goofy. But Cursed, Jurassic World also getting the 4K. So there's a lot in the way of Jurassic Park fans to go grab this week. The Mechanic, Charles Bronson from 1972, getting a Blu-ray release there. Friday the 13th Part 3, getting the looks like a steelbook release there. Two for the Money. Dog, Did anybody see Dog? I just, to me, that was like, I don't know. Wasn't my cup of tea, so I didn't go check that out. But anyways, Dog getting a Blu-ray release. So and I didn't see Dog getting a 4K, so my guess is probably later this year it'll get a 4K release. But Kin season 1 getting a Blu-ray release, and Kin is a show that I've been interested in checking out, just haven't gotten around to it yet. Dark Knight of the Scarecrow 2 getting a Blu-ray release up here. So a lot of fun titles here, but none of the real big releases of this year that we've been looking forward to are getting the big releases. Also May 9th, so that's actually today, Contraband from 1980, Mr. Lucio Fulci getting the release there. So there it is. That's what's going on in the world of physical media. I didn't look into prices and stuff. To me, there wasn't enough to really worry about diving into there. Mario, you saw Dog. It was good. Okay. All right, good. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. It didn't seem like it was going to be exactly something that was right up my alley there. So, Daniel, I am going to try and do the little share now with, here we go. And let me open that. Okay. And let me get that link. Copy that. Okay. I'm going to post a comment here. And this comment, you know what? Better than that, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to post this in the comment section down below, or not in the comment, in the video description down below. I'm going to post it down there. But let me pull it up right now so you all can see what we're doing and what we're talking about, and what Daniel asked me to help support the cause. And then I said, yeah, you know what? Hey, I'll go ahead and share it here. Here we go. So this is Daniel is asked us to vote for Guy Chal, personal trainer. It's from Mrs. Health and Fitness. So it's a not like a sketchy website or anything like that. But Daniel has asked us to support her. She's currently in 5th place. If I remember right, Daniel was saying she was way down low in like like way down there, like 15th place or something like that. But she's really moved up. So if we can support her, I will put in the video description a link to her this page here so you can support her. And so I'll try and mention this again a little bit later in the video, but we're gonna try and help Daniel out. And Daniel, leave a comment. Curious, I didn't ask you why. What is? Do you know her? Have you met her, or what's the reasoning for supporting this gal right here? Just curious. Sean Saunders, what is up? How are you doing? Yeah, one puppet to another. I was saying your name there, and I was looking at your thumbnail. That's pretty cool. I like that. Ortega 949. I thought I saw something on TCM2 getting a 4K, or am I going insane? If so, it might be on like through Arrow or Vinegar Syndrome or something. And now that you're mentioning that, it's kind of like ringing a bell. Let's see. I'm not seeing anything on Arrow Video, and we'll just take a look real fast over at where is it? Vinegar Syndrome, because Vinegar Syndrome had a ton coming out. If I see something here, I will pull the screen up. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything offhand here. I am not. But we'll definitely dive into that and look. Okay, Daniel knows her. All right, that's cool. So yeah, we're gonna help support Daniel's homegirl right here, and I'll get that link down below. Oh, she was in 13th place when it first started. Okay, right on, cool. Saw it on Instagram. I couldn't find it. Okay, huh? Do you remember what like what distributor it was or anything that we can try and dive into? Let's see here. I'm gonna try and get into this video, and the reason I'm gonna post it on the description as opposed to dropping a comment down here is the comment will go away. The description, the link will be there, for you guys to easily find at the end of the video here when you want to go and support her if you don't mind. Okay, here we go. And paste that right there. All right, so I have just dropped the link down at the bottom of the YouTube description there. It's right toward the top of the description, but it's down below there. So only 3 days left to vote. So if we could vote tonight for Daniel, that would be really cool. So that is that. So what is going on with everybody? What's up? How's everybody doing tonight? Let's do a little chit chatting, and we'll talk about this good old drawing we're gonna do. We'll talk about this drawing. We're gonna give away a little bit of money here. Oh yeah, you know what? I forgot I didn't even put up that thing right there. There you go. How about that? So, if you'll notice behind me, right up there, I've got a little white envelope. Clearly visible. I wrote even today's date on it. That is today's date. Inside this sealed envelope, I have a piece of paper in there, and on this piece of paper, I wrote down a number. When I tell you, don't do it now. Don't do it now. But when I tell you, we're going to guess a number in a certain range. I'm not even going to tell you the range right now. You're going to guess a number. And whoever gets within, the first person to get within 100 of the number I wrote down on this piece of paper in here that's sealed up, the first person to get in there will win the prize. According to how many viewers we have. And right now we're sitting at 15 viewers. We were up around like 20 a little bit ago, but if we can get the viewer count up to 40, then we'll go to $50 gift card. If we get it up to 100, yeah, balls. Balzer says 100 isn't happening tonight. Yeah, it's what I'm doing here is I'm trying to drive the views because of changing the time. We've lost a lot of the viewers. They've dropped off. Fire, red, ice, blue. How you doing tonight? Yeah, hit those like buttons. Well, yeah, no, hit the like buttons. And oh yeah, and what's up, being chilly? How you doing? Dealt with my Hamilton books and deep discount order. So sorry, it sounds like a headache. So no, Daniel, this is a worldwide competition. Anybody on the planet is eligible to be in this. Look at that. We're halfway to 40 right now. So we've still got 30 minutes. We'll give it some more time, see if we can jump up. And I'll tell you what, if we don't hit 40 this week and we stick to the 30, then we'll do it again next week, and we'll see if we can get another one next Monday. So we'll do them back to back. If we hit 40 and we go up to 50, I don't know, maybe we won't do another one next week. We'll see. But if we don't get up to 40, then we will definitely do another one next week as well. Another drawing, same situation here, same situation. So I'm doing well. I'm doing very well. Thank you. I'm glad you're doing great. That's good. But yeah, anyways, so it fell down. It's still right here. Let me get that right up there. Okay, there it is. There it is. I'm putting it right up there so everybody sees it. I'm not going to change the number or anything. When I tell you, it'll be right up there, and then I'll pull it down. I'll open it, and because the number's already written, I already know what the number is. So you're just going to have to guess. But I'll open it right here so you can see it's right in there. I'm not going to change the number. But what we'll do is everybody will start guessing, and then the first person to get within 100 will win the prize. So that's how it will work. That is how it will work. And so we are thinning out a little bit in the comments here. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to go ahead and pull up. I watched and I've forgotten, so forgive me. Like I'm really trying to get good at this, but I have forgotten again to update this quite a bit. So let me see if I can shrink this down, make it a little bit bigger for you here. Burp, burp, there we go. Oh, no, too small. And we got a commercial. Get rid of that. Oh, we got another commercial. And we got another commercial. They're all over the place. Okay, here we go. So let's go to my diary. Oh man, these darn commercials. Close it. Okay, so this week on my letterbox, I watched The Hunt for Red October. It was just on TV the other night. Hadn't seen that in quite a while. Love me some Hunt for Red October. And man, Sean Connery, just a brilliant actor. Like everything that I can remember that he's been in, he's done so well. But The Hunt for Red October might be my favorite of his. But that is a 4.5. And then Doctor Strange, The Multiverse of Madness, saw that. I gave it 4 stars here. But on my other video where I talked about it, I gave it, on a 1 to 10, I gave it an 8.25. Wasn't quite ready to go to like 8.5, but I did. Oh man, we got some more spam bots here. Awesome. But I did feel like it was at least an 8. It was really, really good. And so I did that. And then New York Ninja video, and here's the thing. I've noticed there's certain videos I spend a lot of time looking at the analytics on the channel here and trying to decide what people like to see and what is really not interesting you all. And so I've noticed that a lot of times the movie reviews are not big hits. I try to make them as entertaining as possible. But, and to me, it's like if I watch a movie and it's something I want to talk about or whatever, I'm going to put up a video regardless. But I know a lot of the reviews don't get that many views, but I still have a good time doing them. But the New York Ninja one is kind of disappointing that it didn't get more views. I love the sorry, just saw a comment. Laughing here. I'm gonna get to your comment in just a second. But New York Ninja was really great, and Vinegar Syndrome did such an amazing job with a movie that was shot in 1984. The footage was lost, then it was found like 30 whatever years later, and no audio, no script, no nothing. They just took the footage and put it together, hired a cast to do like voiceovers and put this movie together. And it turned out it's not a masterpiece, but it is definitely funny. The martial arts are just like ridiculous. You can clearly see them missing each other. Some of the people, you could tell they've never done martial arts a day in their life, but it makes it funny. It's just over the top ridiculous. It is such an enjoyable film. So New York Ninja, that's one that I really enjoyed that. I gave it 3.5 stars just because, as good as it is, there's a limit. There's a limit. It's never going to be, in my opinion, Silence of the Lambs. It's never going to be the Shining. I'm trying to think of some of my favorite movies. It's never going to be on that level. So it's just impossible for it to get that high of a score, in my opinion. But then I also watched Yummy. Yummy was great. I watched that with Fluff, and if you're into zombies, if like they had like topless zombie girls like running around a hospital. It was pretty funny. So Fluff and I enjoyed it. We really did. But that's pretty much those in the Pumpkinhead movies. And based on a recommendation from that Fat Samurai guy, The Boys from Brazil. I checked that out, and that's a movie about some Nazis that escaped Germany, went to South America, and some stuff that they were still working on after the dismantling of the Third Reich there. So that was pretty interesting. It was a pretty good movie. A little bit long, but very entertaining. The cast was amazing. Great story, being that it was really kind of based off some factual historical things. So that was a lot of fun. And then another one, The Taking of Beverly Hills, Fluff and I watched. I think we already got through those here. Some Karnak stuff about to happen. That's good. That's good. I guess. Yeah, a bot. Yeah, we've been battling them. Every time I do a giveaway, the bots show up. And here's what I was laughing at. Mr. Brian Miller, I'm rewatching a scary movie franchise. Man, I forgot how lousy these were. Still have to be disappointed by 4 and 5. Hey. Now, are you talking? Are we talking Scream? Or are we talking scary movie? Because like the scare, okay, neither one of them were my favorite franchises, but the first Scream movie and the first Scary movie were both great. I mean, they were very, very fun, very entertaining. But then both franchises just go downhill quickly after that, in my opinion. Juno 2000, what a wet movie, one subscriber joining the chat. What is up then? Hey, how you doing? Thank you very much for jumping in. Oh, look at that. The wet one is here. The wet one is here. I don't know what your situation is, wet one, but if you can jump on, you got the link, sir. You got the link if you're able to come in here. But thank you guys very much, both of you, for being here. Pumpkinhead 2 is a great sequel. It also made you cry near the end, and even the backstory of the Pumpkinhead monster is sad, right? No, and so here's the thing. Pumpkinhead 2, it was like Pumpkinhead 3 and Pumpkinhead 4 were more like traditional sequels to the original, where Pumpkinhead 2 was like an origin story, and where you learn how Pumpkinhead came to be and stuff. Yeah, it was very sad, the little kid getting bullied and stuff. But very good. And to me, the Pumpkinhead franchise is very underrated. So many people have not gotten to see them all, or haven't watched them all. And I recommend them. I really do. They're all well worth the watch. And I think maybe bad timing, lack of promotion, or whatever the reasons were for their lack of popularity. I don't know, but I enjoy them all. I enjoy them all, and now I own all 4 of them. So, Roshan, what's up, Roshan? How you doing tonight? And yeah, look at that. What movie one is on the way home, man. He's like probably riding the train, riding that choo choo, coming back from LA. Isn't Scary Movie supposed to be a bit bad? So Scary Movie, I mean, it's supposed to be a comedy mocking Scream and some other horror movies. So with that in mind, it's not supposed to scare you at all, but it's supposed to make you laugh. But I don't know. The original one, the original was pretty good, and I mean, and all of them, there's moments in all the Scary Movies where you'll laugh, and there's moments and there's parts of all the Scream movies that you'll appreciate. Even though this most recent one I was not a fan of at all, just because, and we're talking Scream now, just because it was a passing of the torch, and I didn't like the girls. I didn't like the girls, the future of the franchise. Who, the girls that appear to be the future of the franchise. Not a fan. Sorry, So Raven Loom wants to know if everything is going well. Wet Movie One. I think not to speak out of line here, but I think things have turned the corner for Wet Movie One. Things are looking up, and hopefully my main man over there is in a lot better spirits as of late. Things I think are looking a little bit better for him right now. Enjoyed Scary Movie 1 and 2, but 3 is meh. We don't talk about 4 or 5. Hollywood overdoing it with the spoofs, right? Yeah, I mean, you cannot make a spoof like that. Would be like making a spoof for every single Friday the 13th. Could you imagine? Like if we had like 13 or even just say 10 Saturday the 14th movies. Saturday the 14th, part 2, part 3, part 4. When it came out back in the day, Saturday the 14th was funny. I remember liking it and laughing. It did not age well. I tried rewatching it recently and it was tough to get through. So it's just one of those things where like you can do a spoof of a movie, but you're pushing it if you try to do 2 or 3 or 4. So we're going to be having to jump into this drawing here very, very soon. So hopefully we get some more folks to jump back on. We were up, we dipped down a little bit on the viewers, but hopefully we jump back up. And this is a cumulative. I can talk here. It's not just YouTube viewers. We're going YouTube, Facebook, and if anybody is watching on Twitch right now as well, it's showing me all of you in the good old StreamYard here. So all of them added up. We're up to 23. We are up to 23. So we'll give it a couple more minutes, see if we can push it up to 40, at least get to that $50 threshold with 40 viewers. We'll give it just a couple more minutes before we really get into the contest here and get it going. So just a couple more minutes. Maybe seeing Harvey Weinstein in the credits for Scary Movie. Yay. If you look close enough, you'll see Harvey Weinstein in a lot of credits. Joe, what's going on? How you doing tonight, Joe? Staying hydrated. I hope you know how I roll. You know how I roll. I got the Diet Coke on hand right here just in case I need it. But I had a big old glass of water earlier, but I killed that already. Let's see. I'm not sure what you responded to there. Might have been a Wet Movie One. I hope all goes well for Wet Movie. Oh yeah. I think you're talking about what I was saying about Wet Movie One. Yeah. Hope all goes well. Yeah, he deserves some happiness. No, he does. He is a very great human being. We love him to death, and yeah, we really hope that things work out. And it's looking like they are. Looking like things are turning the corner now. What was your least favorite Friday, Jason? Oh man, see here's a tough thing for me. Like once you get past the first 3, 4, maybe even 5, they lost me. They just lost me. And there's moments or whatever, but to me, really anything like we're talking least favorite. Maybe Jason versus Freddy or Freddy Takes Manhattan, like those, like I want nothing to do with those. Just not a fan at all. Just not a fan at all. Must have seen Saturday the 14th 300 times as a kid on HBO, right? Right? That movie was classic back in the day. Have you watched it recently? I mean, if you've seen it a lot, you probably remember it pretty well. But it just, some of the movies, especially like Children of the Corn, back in the 80s, it was great. And the way they shot things, and the way they set up the anticipation, or made the scene all kind of tense and made you bite your fingernails, that stuff doesn't really hold up nowadays. And so some of the movies feel like they drag a little bit. And it definitely, there was a lot of Saturday the 14th where I was just like, oh boy, this is rough. But it was definitely one of my favorites. Might have been, was that the, like, one of the first horror movie spoofs that I can think of. It has to be. May I ask you a question? But I have to warn you. Oh man, Joe, we're not talking about women's feet, Joe. We're not talking about women's feet. Imagine that someone had to bang Harvey for a role in those lousy. I know, right? It's sad that anybody would have to bang Harvey. Jake Chaplin, what up, Jake? Are you working tonight? I know I shot you a message over there, but I didn't know if you'd be working tonight. But thanks for stopping by, homeboy. We're gonna be getting into this drawing here in just a minute, so don't nobody go away. We were at 24. We were like 16 away from that $50 threshold here just a moment ago. So we'll give it 4 more minutes and see if we start peaking, see if we start picking back up. If we don't, then we'll just go with the 30, and then what we'll do, like I said, if we don't get to the 40 viewers, we'll go next week again, next Monday, same bat channel, same bat time. You know how we do it. There will be another $30 gift card giveaway, with the potential of being a $50 if we get to 40, or with the potential of being 100 if we get to 100 viewers. So we've had a lot of viewers before, but I know the problem. The problem is that in 13 minutes on the East Coast, Better Call Saul starting. And I can't compete with those. And so unfortunately, our viewer count is down, but I'm really trying to build up the channel and the live stream here. So we're going to do a little different with the giveaways than we did in the past for a little bit here, to try and add some incentive for folks to tune in. Want to at work, want to say what's up? Well, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, hopefully I saw you were sick for a while. Hopefully you're feeling better. Freddie Takes Manhattan didn't happen, right? Okay, didn't happen. Would be cool if he did. But it would be cool if he did. Did what? If he did what? I'm missing it. I missed a comment or something. I think Student Bodies was the first horror movie spoof. Okay, and Student Bodies was epic. That was epic. And I had never seen that till about a year ago. And a friend of mine, who's actually, his name's Justin. He's actually one of the cameramen and one of the editors on the movie we shot last summer. He brought it out to Vegas, and we watched it out there one night after we wrapped filming. And it was epic. It was just absolutely loved Student Body. Such a funny movie. But you're right. Jam and music, man. What is going on? Perfect timing, my main man. Perfect timing. We're going to get into this drawing in about 2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes now. We are getting into that drawing. Did Scream 5 feel like reboot movies that kill off important original characters to make room? No. And that is exactly why I'm not a fan of it. I mean, all of that started with Star Wars, with them. Now, I know Harrison Ford was done and he wanted to move on, but killing Han Solo and killing Luke Skywalker, and I mean, what were you going to do with Princess Leia? What were you going to do? But so many of the original characters transitioning out to bring in newer characters. I'm sorry, but this is the Luke Skywalker saga. 1 through 9, they're all about Luke Skywalker. They're about Anakin and Luke. It's the Skywalker franchise. So to kill off Luke Skywalker, it just kind of, like, give me a break. And the way they did it too upset me. I'm not a fan of the franchises that kill off the original cast to move on. If you want to reboot, fine, go ahead. Oh, look at it. We're at 25. Okay. maybe you got 26. We got one more minute to share. See if we can get people to pop in. If we hit 30, then we'll wait a couple more minutes. If we can hit 30 in the next minute or so, we'll wait a couple more minutes to do the drawing. I'm going to do everything I can to give you guys the opportunity here. Oh, man, damn it. We're down to 23. We just lost a couple. Jake is slowly feeling better. Okay, and we'll get into more talking about movies and stuff after the drawing here. We're going to dive into this drawing right now. Sinistalker visiting the show tonight. I have a few questions for him. Joe, you will qualify for this. You will qualify. So everybody that has left, everybody that's no longer with us, unfortunate for them, because here we go. This is what's going to happen. Because right now we are under the 40 that I had hoped for. And I knew I was kind of like setting a goal, and the 100 was ridiculous based on, the way things have gone over the last few weeks with changing times and everything. But here we are. For those of you that are watching, we are going to start this drawing right now. And to get in, if you weren't here a few minutes ago when I talked about it, that envelope right there, there's an envelope right back there. I wrote down a number. And what I want you all to start doing is just start bombarding the comment section here with guesses. And I wrote down a number. It is somewhere between 1 and 100,000. I want you all to just start guessing. The first person to guess within 100 digits. If we go for too long, then maybe I'll expand it a little bit. But the first person to guess within 100 digits of the number that I wrote down in that envelope will win the $30 gift card. Between 1 and 100,000. Just start going. Guess now. Whoever gets it first, I'm just going to sit here and watch. You can guess as many times as you want. Just keep going. Spam the heck out of the channel right now. We're getting a nice wide range here. We're getting a nice wide range. We're getting some low guesses. We're getting some high guesses. We're not quite there yet, though. We're getting in the middle. We're getting like more in the middle. More with the 444. We're getting maybe somewhere little bit closer. Joe, you're too high. It's between 1 and 100,000. You're at 600,000, Joe. Bring it down a digit. We're talking 5 digits here, like 100,000. So, I'm seeing some. We're getting close. We're getting some that are getting close here. Joe, man, what's up with that, Joe? Oh, look at it. Okay. I'm gonna have to start. You guys, this is good. Just keep them going, because you got some of you guys are getting really close here now. So, Joe, your comment there just got you into a timeout, Joe. So you'll have to see. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna let's see. We got some good ones here. I'm looking through. Yep, keep them. Oh, we got some that are really close. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna say I'm gonna open it up to the first guest within 1,000 now. So, because we're getting close, but we're not quite there yet. So the first person to guess the number within 1,000. So keep them coming. We're getting close. We're getting close here with some of these guesses, but we are not quite there yet. Whoever guesses is first gets the $30 gift card. And we've got our winner. We got our winner. Mr. Brian Miller, you, sir, are the winner of the $30 Amazon gift card. And I will show you the number right now. Brian Miller, congratulations, sir. You are the winner. We have a winner. Everybody, you guys can stop guessing now. Brian, let me just go back and make sure. Let me just verify that you were truly the only one to guess within that range. Man, we had some close ones there. So close, but not quite. I'm just verifying the Canadian Blu-ray. Man, that was such a good guess. Fire Red Ice Blue. You had a couple extra digits in there. Okay, it looks like oh man, Brian, that was such a good close guess, and but it does look like where let me get back down here and find the guess. I've got the envelope right here. Okay, scrolling through. There it is. So 62,574. We didn't get it within 100 after a while, so I said we'll go up to 1,000. So Brian, so what I'll need you to do is I will need you to reach out to me. Do you have YouTube, or do you have like I think you can even send private message on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. Send me a private message so I can get your contact like email address, so I can email you this here. But here we go. So I'm opening this right now. That was, remember I showed you earlier in the video, that was it. So I'm opening it right now. And Brian guessed 62,574. My number was 62,974. Man, you were only off by one digit. If this was The Price is Right, you'd be kicking yourself right now by missing by one digit. And so, and the reason I wrote that number, because that's actually my birthday, June 29, 1974. Yeah, I'm an old man. But that's my birthday. That's the date I wrote down. So 62974, Brian Miller. 62574. Brian Miller is the winner. But thank you, everybody, for being here, being a part of that contest. That was a lot of fun. Like, it took a second, but then you guys started going crazy, and it was good. Now I'm like scrolling through a billion comments. That's awesome. That's awesome. Brian Miller paid off having my catwalk over there, right? Yeah, Jake, take it easy, my main man. Yeah, we'll talk. I seen you try hit me up a couple times, but I've been going to bed early old man hours lately, so we'll have to we'll chat here soon, Jake. Congrats, Brian. You'll be receiving Amber Heard turd drop it like it's hot on your bed. Yeah, watch before you lay down so you don't get the Amber Heard turd drop. What's in the name? No, you're not old still. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Jam and Music Man, this was fun. OGP, let's do it again. We are next Monday, because we didn't get to the 40. Next Monday, we're going to do this again. There will be another $30 gift card giveaway next Monday. So you want to tune on in sometime in that first, I'll announce if it's going to be the first or second hour of the live stream next Monday, but probably the first hour. But we will do another $30 gift card giveaway. If we get to 40 viewers, it'll go up to a $50 gift card giveaway. If we get to 100 viewers, it will get up to a $100 gift card giveaway. So we will definitely do this again next Monday. So everybody that's here and was part of this, please join us again next Monday for that right now. And Mr. Where did you go? Where did you go? Brian Miller. Anyways, Brian, if you, like I said, send me a private message. I'll check, I try to keep up. And if I don't get to you right away, tonight, tomorrow, something like that, I'll find your message, get your email address, and I'll get you taken care of with that $30 Amazon gift card. And the reason I go $30 is because I want you to have enough money to get, you get whatever you want, but physical media is, what most of us collect physical media. So hopefully, yeah, and like B and Chili says, yeah, hopefully Brian gets some good media. And that's the goal, is to be able to allow you to get yourself some physical media goodness to add to your collection and put up on your shelf, and hopefully $30 either covers most of it, or covers all of it, including the shipping if you don't have Amazon Prime. So yeah. Manny 650, what up? What up? Hey, the Web Movie One, that's the big homie right there, and I appreciate you dropping by. Were you here for the contest, or are you just hopping in now? We just wrapped up the contest just a couple minutes ago, so if you weren't able to be a part of that, we are going to do it again next week sometime, probably between 5 and 6. If not between 5 and 6, it'll be sometime between 5 and 7. That is for sure. Another giveaway contest. Okay. So, bummer. Sorry about that. Yeah. Hey, next week, next Monday, if you subscribe so you get the notifications, you'll see next Monday. Always every Monday at 5:00 I go live, but next Monday we will be doing another giveaway. If we get more than up to 40, we were pushing 30 viewers. If we hit 40 viewers, it'll be a $50 gift card giveaway. And so if we get to 100 viewers, it'll go to $100 gift card. So we'll definitely do it again next Monday. So if you're here between 5 and 6, it'll be a random time between 5 and 6. We'll do it, and I'll start hinting and letting everybody know, kind of like I did this week. Like to give everybody an opportunity. So okay, yeah, great, yeah. Well, hopefully just hit the subscribe button so you get the notification. I usually put up the link a few hours in advance so everybody gets to see, and a little reminder there. But also you can follow me, all you guys, if you want. You can follow me. I got the links all down below there if you want to check that out. Oh, we got the bots back again. 6 o'clock, enjoy your TV, right? Yeah, it is, and unfortunately I know, and that's why we were starting at 6, but with sent to email. Perfect. All right, that's even better. I'll just respond right to your email. Even better. Perfect. Thank you. So I know it's 6 o'clock. Now it's 9 on the East Coast, and we've got Better Call Saul starting. And so I know we do lose a bit of our audience at this point right here. Brian going to Brazzers and renting the Halloween favorite fetal juice. Oh my God. Oh man, that is great. And here's the thing too, guys, you never know. A lot of times we do get some of the crew jumping in, but Wet Movie One has had so much going on in life right now that he's been busy a lot. Fluffy, a lot of times at this time of day, Fluffy is in a spot where he just doesn't have great internet reception. And then Cinestalker, like, he's usually at the gym at this time of day. So, I know it's tough, but I love getting the crew in when we can, and they'll be here. I'm working on some other guests for the show here. But I definitely like to get a little back to where we were with some of the viewers before I bring in some of these guests. I don't want them to feel like, like, oh, what am I doing here? With a low view count. And here's the nice thing is, what's really cool about these videos, and I'm noticing a lot, is that so many people that don't get a chance to be here Monday at 5, they wind up dropping in and checking out the video. And we might end the video with, only maybe, 150 to 200 views, or, total, different viewers. But over the next couple days, it'll get up to like a total of 400 or 500 people that have checked out the video. So I wish more of them could join us live, especially to be a part of these drawings and stuff like that. But it just I understand. People have lives and things are going on. I did see the new trailer of Avatar 2. We'll talk about that. It's a good topic. I want to talk about. We were talking about that. And what other movies we were talking about? We'll dive into that. That's a good question. I'm gonna come right back to that. You grew up in San Diego, live in Michigan now. Man, the Pacific time zone sucks. You know what? And here's a nice thing. When it comes to television, because I have that not direct TV, but the direct stream where everything, it's like these little mini cable boxes, but no satellite on the roof. And so, but I still get the East Coast feed. So like right now, my Better Call Saul is recording right now, and I'll watch that when I'm done here. So that is kind of nice. But the other thing, and I love being back in New York and Boston, and it's cool that it's like 2 o'clock in the morning there, and it's only 11 back here, and so 2 a.m. over here seems so late, but like back east, I don't know, like midnight, 2 a.m. It doesn't seem like so late like it does over here. So I get it. The time zones, it's goofy the way you kind of feel in each time zone there. Yeah. Manny says Michigan over SD. Why? Right. Dad, Sergeant Major in the Marine Corps. Oh, thank God, the government decided to send us to the Midwest. Hey, you know what? Sergeant Major in the Marine Corps. Damn, man, that's up there. And that's one thing. You know what? I can't believe I don't have like any of my little Marine Corps trinkets or anything sitting around in the background here. I got a big Marine flag out in the garage, because me being the Marine myself here. But that's, yeah. When Uncle Sam says you're leaving San Diego and you're going to Michigan, well, then you go to Michigan. Oh, Joe's from Amarillo. Oh man, you got some good barbecue down there in Amarillo, Joe. Man, I'm telling you, like I've been to Amarillo a few times. Man, there's some good barbecue spots down there. Californian at heart, but love the Midwest. Hey, you know what? I got family in Ohio, and I can dig it, man. Like it's pretty cool. It's you actually get weather, you get seasons. And I mean, when a lot of people are like, oh man, what are you talking about? Like, who wants like snow and ice and all that stuff? When you lived in a desert like in California, you can appreciate going out there and getting some white stuff falling out. Ice I can do without, but snow is nice. Is there a movie you're looking forward to that's coming out in the summer season? Thor is a big one. I did a video right at the beginning of the new year where I went through all the blockbusters coming out this year, but movies that I'm looking forward to coming up that I can think of right offhand. You got Top Gun 2 coming out in later this month. You've got Thor coming out. We got later this year. We got Halloween. So there's a bunch. There are a bunch of movies coming out. And Manny, hey, brother, thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate that. And hey, man, it was my pleasure. A lot of fond memories of the Marine Corps, man. I wouldn't change it for the world. But it's not for everybody, but definitely love my time, and it was my pleasure being a Marine. You've had 4 seasons, sucks ass, snow, ice, overrated. Yeah, right. Yeah. Having to dig out, I get it. It sucks. Having ice sucks. Yeah. But hey, like I was back in Ohio last summer for a little bit and had a great time. Of course it wasn't like January, but did love it. So Juno 2000 had asked if I had seen the new trailer for Avatar 2. And I did. I had actually seen it prior to going to see Doctor Strange. And it is one of the trailers right before Doctor Strange. And, it's funny because I know like that Fat Samurai guy and Lady Fat Blood, they like seriously, I'm gonna give you a little more props on that. I appreciate that, man. I really really do. But that Fat Samurai, Lady Fat Blood, and so many other people I know cannot stand Avatar, just hate that movie. And I gotta see, I don't even know, let me take a look here real fast. Yeah, I got the original on Blu-ray here. And did I buy it? No. But was it in my parents' collection? Yes, and they have both passed away. So now it's in my collection. But I didn't get rid of it just because it is so not too hyped. But yeah, right. So and that's kind of the way I feel. That's really kind of the way I feel right now. the first one, when it came out, I'll be honest. I mean, it was, what was it, 20 years ago? When did the first one, let's see if I can read the teeny tiny print. What says 2009. Was it really only 2009 when it came out? Man, it feels like it was longer than that. But anyways, whenever the first one came out, it was, the special effects were pretty good for the time. And there were a lot of elements of it that I enjoyed. But I am not, like, based on what I've seen in the trailer for this one, there's so much of it that looks animated now. And I expected the effects to be even better. But the trailer, there's parts that just look animated, and I don't know if I'm going to like that, especially where we are with effects now, and knowing so many movies like Marvel is 90% in front of a green screen, and they can make it look not animated. So why am I seeing a trailer for Avatar 2 that looked like it has animation? I'm a little concerned about that. But going back to the first one, yeah, Fluffy says Avatar was a huge blockbuster. It was. Avatar was, it was regarded in like the same kind of realm as like Titanic. It was huge. And, it was something that you could take, fairly young kids to and enjoy. And for a lot of the, lady folks and stuff, or kids or whatever, stirred up some emotions. But if you're looking for true sci-fi, true action fantasy with a little element of horror or something, it wasn't that. When you hear all these colonial, well, what were they? Were they colonial Marines? No, that was aliens. Whatever the Marines were there, and all that. It just, you might have expected a little more violence or something, out of it. But I didn't hate the first one. When I walked out of the theater, I was like, that was a pretty good movie. It was long, didn't need to be that long, but I'm not mad at it, like some people are. And so I don't know if I'm really looking forward to the sequel. And I was hoping that the trailer was gonna blow my socks off, and I was gonna be like, oh man, look at this, like I can't wait. Look. Killer Care Bear, what's up? Yeah, old Grumpy Phil. That's it, OGP, right? And that's, proof is in the pudding right there. Proof is in the pudding with the birth date right there. Old Grumpy Phil is definitely applicable. Yeah, so yeah, and so, but to your point, Manny, yeah, it is Cameron. And the first one was such a big hit that you got to see it, right? You got to watch it, unless you're just, unless you just absolutely hate it. Then, but here's the thing to me. And and I'm not going to name names right now, but if you know, I have good friends that hate this with the passion, that they hate this the way I hate the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. But they like the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. And I can't understand for the life of me how they can appreciate that movie and be so mad at this movie. So to each their own, and I'm not going to judge anybody for liking it. I mean, I might give you a hard time, but I'm not really truly going to go like, man, you're a moron because you like that movie or something. But it is mind-boggling to me. Like, there were so many flaws with the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. And if you saw my review, I kind of outlined almost each and every one of them. And there was so many other like Red Letter Media and stuff that really, really destroyed that new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. But so it'll be interesting to see what type of reception this gets. With like Rotten Tomatoes and the critics and everything else. But I don't know. I'll probably see it. I'm guessing I have kids. And so I'm guessing my kids are probably going to want to see this. So it'll probably be something that I do end up seeing in theaters. But I don't have really high hopes. I just don't. Kevin, I remember when the first Avatar came out, guy in front of me at the theater bought tickets for 3 straight showings, 9 hours of Avatar. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if I can do that. And here's my thing. I have done the whole pay for one movie and when it's over, go into another theater. And I haven't done this, in probably 20 years, but where you buy one movie ticket and then when it's over, then you go into another theater and watch that movie. It's hard for me to sit through like 4 hours of just 2 different movies, much less 9 hours of the same first movie. And I know there were people that were real fanatic about it. And there are probably people that did the same thing, like with Titanic, where they might have sat there and watched it over and over just because it was that big of a hit at the time. And it didn't do it for me. It wasn't, Titanic, we all know, was more of a love story than it was about, a boat crashing into an iceberg and sinking. So it really wasn't my cup of tea. And to this day, it's funny. It's actually really funny having a Titanic poster, and it's not visible right now. I think it's got something on top of it. But I had a Titanic poster, and Fluffy, I'm gonna throw Fluff under the bus here. Fluffy made a comment about it, and it offended my wife. And so, because Titanic's like one of my wife's favorite movies, that and Sleepless in Seattle. And so we come home one day and the Titanic poster is gone. She had put another poster on top of it. Like, she's like, if you're going to talk crap about it, I'm going to put it away. But the thing is, like in here, you could see I've got a variety of posters and like looking around the room here, all kinds of different stuff. And you can't see on this side of me up above here. We got the Goonies, we got Dexter, Breaking Bad, Sleepless in Seattle, like all kinds of different stuff. Identity, Savage Streets, Halloween. Yeah, Savage Streets, suck it, wet movie one. You can suck it. So, that one I found on our last trip to Vegas with the Fluffy and Wet one. I got this little itch right in the end of my nose right here now. Not digging for gold, scratching the tip, just scratching the tip. But hey, I can appreciate all kinds of different movies, but just, Titanic wasn't my cup of tea. And I did like Avatar better than Titanic. And I saw Avatar when it first came out, but I haven't seen it since. So I don't know. I wish I could find out, and maybe we will, if Avatar 2, do you need to, or is it recommended to see the first one to be able to appreciate the second one? Like a lot of people are saying with Doctor Strange, do you need to see the first Doctor Strange? Do you need to see Spider-Man? Do you need to see WandaVision to be able to appreciate this? In my opinion, for Doctor Strange, no, you didn't. You can watch Doctor Strange because like I said earlier in the broadcast here, I tried watching WandaVision, but I thought it was horribly boring. I just could not get into it at all. And so halfway through the first episode, I started like fast forwarding and jumping to different episodes to see if it would change, and it didn't. So I've never seen it, but I still loved this Doctor Strange movie. So I don't think there's like a precursor for going into Doctor Strange. Now, will that be the same with Avatar? I don't know. I would guess a guy like James Cameron, he's not going to make a movie that won't entertain everybody. And knowing how old this is, my guess is you'll probably be able to walk in and get reintroduced to the characters that you need to know. Who knows if they're even going to be the same, whatever their names were, the main characters, the main blue people. Who knows if it's even going to be the same ones. But my guess is you'll be able to go in, watch it, enjoy it, appreciate it if you've never even heard of the first one. That would be my guess. I think James Cameron is too smart to make something that people have to think about, especially nowadays. So many people don't want to think about movies. They just want to go in, they want to sit down, they want to be entertained, and they want to move on with their life. So, I'm guessing he won't, it'll probably be, okay, just to show up and watch it. Hang on just a second here. was as big as Passion of the Christ. And to me, I think Avatar might have been bigger than Passion of the Christ. I know Passion of the Christ was huge, but I kind of think I seem to remember Avatar being a little bit bigger. Septum Sin, what is up? What is up? The skeptical of the Avatar sequels, right? And and so here's the thing, when they made this, they talked about how there's going to be like 2 and 3 and 4 or whatever, and they were going to film all these sequels like right away. Well, it's been forever since they came out, so who knows what's going to happen beyond the second one. But I am skeptical as well, especially after seeing the teaser. It showed me a lot of like cartoon looking landscape and not normal moving characters. They moved like they were, animatronics or something. So, yeah. So so we talked about that. I think the second one came out way too late. Are we talking Avatar here? If that's the case, yeah. When the first one came out, they had 3, 4, 5 years to really grab that audience and hit a home run with the second one. So who knows? We will see. Especially, I mean, it's coming out in December, right? I think it's coming out in December. And in December, it's going to be up against some other blockbusters. And so, who knows? If it's that great, people will pay to see it. And it's something that you're going to be able to take your kids to see. So probably a lot of families will go, see it. It was good. Have it on 3D Blu-ray, but didn't really think it was great. Yeah, and that's one like, if you're going to get a Blu-ray, if you're going to get a 3D movie, like Avatar was like really, really made to be 3D, and that's what I remember seeing in the theater in 3D, and it was pretty cool. Side Hustle Cinema, what up? Do you import movies? There's going to be German media book for the movie X in 4K that we will not get here in the States. Oh, you know what? I will. That's interesting. I'm going to make a note of that. And hang on. Okay, note made. I'll look into that and see if I know anybody or could talk to anybody that may be able to figure anything out. But I know some folks across the pond that may be able to pick it up and shoot one my way. So, it's definitely something to check out, and I appreciate the mention there because that is very cool. Having having limited edition or stuff that you can't get, certain places is pretty cool. That makes the collection really unique. I'd be pissed if I tried smashing on a giant blue cat lady and couldn't because I don't have a USB tail. Right? Hey, and here's the thing, man. When they designed the giant blue cat ladies, they gave them nice figures, right? They made sure that they were like hotties, right? So, man, yeah. USB tail, man, that's hysterical. I have the Regal Unlimited Pass. See as many as I want. Decent. That's cool. Yeah, that is the way to do it. And the theaters near me, the one that's really close to me is a Regal, but it's like it's not even like stadium seating. It's like probably was built in the 80s or 70s. It has upgraded sound and the screen and everything's fine, but the seating is still old. So that was nothing that I was ever gonna, want to get a pass for. And the theater up the hill that I go to, like the newer one that's really, like new and nice, it's not being managed very well. So it's, you go in there and like, sometimes the floors are dirty, like they haven't been keeping up to like popcorn on the floor and stuff. And sometimes like that, like you go to get a refill of the soda and they're out, of a certain flavor or whatever. And sometimes like the movie will start and like, like the lights are on. Somebody has to run out and tell them to turn off the lights. But the theater is really nice and it's got those reclinable seats and everything. So I like going up there, and that's like an off-brand, no name. So there's not going to be any clubs for that, which is disappointing. And also the other bad thing about that is like with Ghostbusters, or what was the other one that came out that had like the thing you could buy there? It wasn't, remember Ghostbusters had the Ecto One, and there was something else. I think Cinestalker got it. Something else where it was like a popcorn. It was like a helmet or something. I don't remember. I don't remember what it was, but there was something else recently. But I couldn't get those at my theaters here, so that's kind of disappointing. But I don't have any of the like AMC's or anything within reason to me here. So A Night to Remember was the best Titanic movie. A night is that A Night to Remember? I'm drawing a blank. Is that like was that a horror movie? I'm not familiar with that. Joe says, "Hey yo, fluffy gamer in the house." Jordan, what's going on, Jordan? How you doing tonight? Hey, just another quick announcement right now. So tonight, because we did not hit 40 viewers, we are going to do the contest again. So next Monday, sometime between 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. on the West Coast. So it'll be between 8 and 9 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States, and whatever time that would be like in London, or wherever you might be. We are going to do another drawing. If we get 1 to 39 viewers, it'll be a $30 gift card we're going to do again next Monday. If we get 40 to 100 or 40 to 99 viewers, it'll be a $50 gift card. If we get 100 or more viewers, it'll be a $100 gift card that will be given away next Monday. We're going to do the same thing 1 week from today. I go live every Monday at the same time, 5 o'clock here on the West Coast. And we're going to be doing this contest again. And I know a lot of folks, we started earlier and it was tough, for some folks on the West Coast getting home from work or whatever, not being able to get here in time. Also, some of you folks on the East Coast, it's getting a little bit later and stuff. So it's tough in the evening to get to get everybody to be able to jump in at the same time. But then we changed. We went from 6 to 5 because different TV shows coming on and stuff. And so I know that impacted some of our viewership. Plus, just some of the TV shows coming on, have pulled people away. And so, trying to build back up the audience. And so we'll do some giveaways. We did one today. Congrats again to Mr. Brian Miller. And so what we did, and we'll do the same exact thing next week. It was a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun. So I had an envelope and it was like sitting up here and we had the number on this piece of paper. I had written down a number and I put it up there and I said, okay, you have to guess, at first it was like guess within 100 and we just weren't getting there. So I upped it to 1,000. So the first person to guess this number within 1,000, and it was, you had to guess from 1 to 100,000, anywhere in that range. And the first person just to guess within 1,000 of the number I had written down won the contest, won the gift card. So Brian Miller tonight won himself a $30 Amazon gift card. And we're going to do it again next Monday. If we can get, look at that, we're at 30 viewers right now. I'll tell you what, we'll just throw this out here right now. If we can get to 40 viewers right now, I'll do another $30 gift card giveaway right now. I'll do another one right now if we can get to 40 viewers. So let's see how that goes. We'll give it about another half hour here. If you guys share the video, or anybody who was watching who left can come back or whatever. If we get to 40 viewers right now, I will do another $30 gift card giveaway right now as soon as we get there. So I'm putting that on the table for you right now. If not, then we'll do it again next Monday for sure. But let's see if we can get up to 40. And it doesn't matter wherever you are on the planet, even not if you're watching from the International Space Station and you want to join, you're still able to guess too. But next Monday at 5, we will be doing another one sometime between 5 and 6. So throwing that out there. So make sure you subscribe so you get the notifications, and make sure that you are here. And because you don't know when, I'm going to throw it out there, and we'll see at what point, we get to the viewers. I want to give everybody time to get in here, but it'll be sometime random between like 5 and 6. But I will have that all posted. And if you're subscribed, you'll get the notification and you'll see what and when. But definitely next Monday, another giveaway we're going to do for sure. For sure. Now, jumping back into some comments here. Oh man, hey, let's kill a Care Bear and Manny. Hopefully we're just having a little fun there. Just having a little fun. Hopefully, guys. Hopefully. It's all peace and love in the OGP's neighborhood here. The unlimited pass is only $20 per month. I know, right? So if you see 2 movies a month, like you have more. Like almost one. I mean, because like you go to a movie and it's like what, 15, $16, like for you to go like for a new release. So $20 a month is not bad. But unfortunately, I just that theater over here is just so not good. Look at that. We're 9 viewers away. 9 more viewers will do another $30 gift card right now. We get to 9 more people in the next we got 30 minutes. If we get up to 40, we will do another one. I promise you, I'm not lying. Cartoons, like my second favorite Titanic film, Titanic, The Legend Goes On. I'm lost. Sorry. Have you ever been to Avatar World and Disney World's Animal Kingdom? It's not bad. It had an awesome riverboat ride. No, I have not. In fact, I've never been to Disney World. In fact, I've never been that far south in Florida. Florida, I've only been like in the Panhandle and to Jacksonville. Haven't been down to Orlando, Miami. I landed in Miami. I had an airplane flight, land in Miami, had a layover there, and then, flew out, but didn't really go play around or anything. No, and that's, it's on the list. It's on the list. Going down to Orlando is one of those things that I definitely need to get to do. Fun to see the new movie reviews. Well, thank you very much. Dark Chihiko. Is that Chico? Dark Chihiko? And I'm even saying Darth Chihiko. I appreciate that because you know what? We love doing the movie reviews. I enjoy if I do a movie and I got something to say about it, I like just putting up the camera and checking it out. And if it's sometimes if they're not that great, then I won't say too much about them. There is a movie that I bought recently that was way below my expectations, and I'm not going to do a review on it because I like the company and everything, and I like some people involved with it, but I just I don't have anything good to say about it, and so I'm gonna avoid it. But there's some movies that are like so bad that you got to talk about them, and there's some movies that are so good you're like, oh my god, I got to share this. And so I'm glad people appreciate the movie reviews because it's a lot of fun, and and it's easy content for me, and it's just another way to kind of stay in touch and out there, and give you guys some more of my thoughts for those that are interested. So I appreciate that, I really do. Thank you very much. Cool Duder sent you. Well, right on, Blackbeard. Right on. Hope Cool Duder's doing well. Manny, the Batman. Where was the Bat? Oh, you're right. You're right. Thank you very much for that. Man, I'm a little bit behind in the comments here, aren't I? The Batman popcorn bucket would have been badass to have. That would have been cool. That would have been cool. What I ended up doing was ordering an Ecto One, and it's boxed up and put away because that's one of those things that I think like years from now it'll be valuable. So I ordered one of those. It's put up on a shelf in a box, like in a box inside a box, and still like brand new, and just leaving it there. But just it's one of those things where it's kind of big and I just don't have room to display it. But I'd rather keep it in good condition, keep the dust off of it and everything. So I did get that, but the Batman mask I did not. But that's where I'm just gonna have to, when there are things like that I'm interested in, I'm just gonna have to break down and make it a little bit further of a drive so I can actually be like be able to get it, I guess I should say. Sorry, I got my brain fart here when I saw Balzer's comment here. Can we do the wheel next week? The wheel is fun. The wheel's fun, but what I want to do is these contests are about who is in the chat room at the time. And so for me, trying to get everybody's name and put everybody on the wheel at once would take forever. It would, and everybody would leave by the time I could get all the names up there. But I'll tell you what, after next week, maybe the next contest we do after that, we'll get back to doing the wheel, because the wheel is a lot of fun. The process of elimination there, that is a lot of fun. So Manny says no. Oh, give me hiccups over here, man. Well, what's going on? What's going on? Oh man, the spam bots are back. A Night to Remember is a Titanic film from 1958. A lot of passengers saw it and vouched for the film. Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, a criteria. Okay. Huh. Okay, that's cool. And so, you know what? When there's a few movies I have on my list that I'm waiting for the Criterion sale. So hopefully, maybe I'll be able to grab a copy of that when the Criterion sale happens again. Speaking of Criterion, Bird with the Crystal Plumage is another one that I want to pick up when the Criterion sale comes around again. But yeah, that's cool. I'll definitely have to check that one out. We usually film for the channels Mondays, but want to drop in for support after we're finished. Oh, right on. That's cool. Yeah, appreciate it. What man, okay, yeah, no, that's really badass. And you know, I get that. If you can, you know, next Monday it'd be cool if you guys are able to drop in, you know, before 6. If you can do before 6, that would be cool. So you could get you guys involved with the drawing, you know. Darth, are the dumpster diving days long past? So here's the thing about the dumpster diving. I can't speak for dumpsters around the country or, you know, other countries for that matter, but I can tell you the dumpsters, there were about like 10 or so that I would go check out around, you know, within like a 40-50 mile radius of me. And you know, there were nights where I would go out and I would drive and I'm like, okay, I'm going to hit up a whole bunch of dumpsters. One, I'm going to make a video. Two, hopefully I'm going to get some stuff. And I sold so much stuff that I pulled out of dumpsters. It's just crazy. In fact, recently I sold 13 Nintendo DS cases with the manuals, empty case and manual, no game. I sold 13 of them, the cheapest of which was like $20. I sold some of them for like $40 that I pulled out of the dumpster. So, I mean, it was like, I think around like $400 I profited just recently from DS cases that I had sitting in my garage that I never did anything with. So there was a lot of money to be made dumpster diving, and there was free video games, controllers. I have a Nintendo Wii, a complete Nintendo Wii with the cords and everything that I got from a GameStop dumpster, but there's nothing there anymore. GameStop got wind of the dumpster diver videos, and you know, maybe at one point I was like the biggest GameStop dumpster diver, because I mean, the videos were getting, you know, we had one get like 30,000 views, some were getting like, you know, 10,000, 15,000 views or whatever. And so, you know, OK Chief was always, to me, he was always the dumpster diver guy. And, you know, but I don't know what type of views he was getting, you know, at his peak. But I know I was getting a lot and I loved it. And I was having a blast seeing, you know, all the comments and everybody watching and all that. But here's the thing, GameStop just stopped putting stuff out. And so I made the last few videos I made was really going home empty handed. And there were several videos I made that I never released just because I didn't find anything. And I was spending the whole night out going to these different dumpsters. Also, all over Southern California now, they're putting locks and gates and fences. So you physically cannot get into these dumpsters anymore. So it's just a thing of the past. Unfortunately, I love free stuff, but I just, if it's not there to get, it's not. Yeah, right. No, the bots are out in force tonight. They are out in force. So do you need help moderating with the chat? Joe, you know what, Joe? I love you, man, but some of the comments, Even some of the comments you leave, Joe, where we're talking about feet and things like that. I'll take care of the moderating. Thanks, Joe. I appreciate the offer though. Yeah, right. Hey man, that bot coming sexy with it right now. Coming legit. Kevin Hampton, really looking forward to the new Jurassic World movie, seeing some of the old Jurassic Park characters, hoping it doesn't disappoint. You know, and this is just being in all honesty, I'm not a huge monster movie fan. And that goes from everything from Jaws to Jurassic Park to The Thing to, I mean, it's funny because how much I love Pumpkinhead and it kind of being a monster movie. But so many different monsters, I'm not a huge fan of. I don't dislike Jurassic Park, the franchise. But I'm not a diehard fan. And like, I love Jeff Goldblum, like great actor. And, I mean, the cast, the effects and everything for the Jurassic Park movies have always been great. But I haven't really gotten into that franchise. Will I see the movie? Probably, I would say yes, because again, I'm sure, one or more of my kids are probably going to want to see it. But I'm sure there are many, many, many people who are right there with you, hoping that it doesn't disappoint. And to me, the Jurassic Park franchise, they have like done pretty well over the years. Their movies, they haven't made that one um turd, where everybody's like, "Oh my god, that's the worst movie ever." They got some that are better than others, but that's been a pretty solid franchise. So I think you're going to be okay. And my guess is you're probably going to enjoy it. Saw Northman last night, pretty violent and pretty cool. Nice. And you know what? I am so disappointed, and shame on me, because I have not been able to see Northman yet. I've been dying to go see it. That's what I've been looking forward forever. And I've just, over the last couple weeks since it's come out, I've had a lot going on, and I've been down to San Diego. I've been here, I've been there, and I just haven't gotten around to seeing it. But everything I have heard is that it is intense and pretty violent, and I'm really looking forward to checking that out, as well as X. I still haven't seen X, and that one to me looks like it's going to be good. So reminding me of like the Green Knight, same energy. Okay. And that's, man, I gotta see it. I gotta get, maybe if I can find it where it's still in a theater somewhere, and go check it out. The most I found were some posters and some Wii condom sleeves. Yeah, the Wii condom sleeves were all over the place, but a lot of people, you didn't think or know to grab just, like cases, like Wii cases, and the Nintendo stuff has always been more valuable than like the PlayStation or the drawing a blank, Xboxes. But any of the cases that you could find, there were some that were just in such high demand. Because what would happen is GameStop would take in your trades, throw away the case, sell the disc, or sell the cartridge, and people wanted the complete, wanted the complete game. And that's also why a lot of the console boxes that I pulled out of dumpsters, I've been able to sell. And I still have 2 of the day one Xbox One, the black box, the limited edition release. I still have 2 of those boxes in the garage. Those were selling for, just the empty box, were selling for as much as $200 at one point. And I sold a couple of them. I don't remember exactly what I sold them for, somewhere between 50 and $100. But, somebody might want that rare box, or that collection, or that one for their collection, as a display piece or whatever. And GameStop's just throwing them away. But, unfortunately, they either destroy them now, they like intentionally pour coffee on them, they rip them up. The discs, they like snip them all. It's just, there's unfortunately no reason to hit the dumpsters anymore. Also, that's awesome. Good way to make some extra money. Oh yeah, no, totally. For me, out of it, when I was out there dumpster diving, my goal. Oh look, Bruce Wayne is in the house. Bruce Wayne is here, man. Man, you think about the celebrities I've had. I've had Will Smith. The other night, I think didn't Wet Movie One have Jada Pinkett Smith drop in? But now look at that. I've got Bruce Wayne in the house. What is up, Bruce Wayne? You pulled a Wii out of a dumpster? Yes, I pulled a Wii out of a dumpster. And so this was the frustrating part of it. So I'm in this dumpster, and I am in all honesty, I swear on my kids' lives, as I was in that dumpster recording, right as I was pulling that Wii out, my battery on my phone died. I had to get in my car, plug my phone in, charge it up a little bit, and then show the Wii. But Balzer, if I can go back through and figure out, that's in one of my most recent dumpster dive videos. If it's up now, when I re-released a lot of these dumpster dive videos not too long ago, I did not release them all, but I'll go back and see if I can find that one. But yeah, I did indeed find a complete Wii, a full Nintendo Wii. Came home, plugged it in, it works. Now, I mean, like, through all my collecting and everything, I have like 6 Sega Genesis, the original 6 Sega Genesis, original Sega Genesis. I have like 6 of those. I think I have 3 or 4 original NESs, Super Nintendos, and the N64. I don't remember. One I have like one I have like 2, I think, something like that. GameCubes, I have like 3 or 4. Uh, PS2s, I must have like 7 or 8. I have all kinds of consoles and stuff that are just like sit in my garage all piled up. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to some conventions, like I'll go out to like Retropalooza or something, like sell a bunch of stuff, or do something with them. And I had a guy that I was going to be able to put some stuff on consignment with, and but his wife left him, divorced, and he had to shut down his business. So that sucked. But yeah, I really did pull a Wii out of a dumpster. I really, really, truly did. And I'll try and find that video and put up a link for you there. Bruce Wayne says, congratulations, Brian Miller. Yes, big congrats to Brian Miller. Rob Mitchell, you know what, Rob? I've heard enough complaining out of you. It was rigged. It was rigged so that Rob wouldn't win, because I knew Rob wouldn't be here till later. But you know what? You got your Mets going on this year, so you could chill out a little bit. You'll be all right. Looks like the Mets have purchased their way. They went full Dodger status and purchased their way into the playoffs. But hey, I can't blame you, because like look what the Padres did. But look at what the Red Sox are doing. The Red Sox, they're letting everybody go and not getting anything in return. So yeah. Oh yeah, I used to do trades. A buddy of mine, the dumpster dives, complete things fine for thrift and garage sales. Yeah, dude. No, and I think Rob, you organized some of those, like when we would all kind of trade in the group, in the Holy Divers group, and we would all like trading, or like you would have like mystery boxes we would all send each other and stuff. That was a lot of fun. And maybe one of these days we can get back into doing something like that again. But that group is kind of fizzled. A lot of people, have moved on and, are grown up and just, gone away from it. But man, that stuff was a lot of fun. Opening stuff, not knowing what you were going to get. Sometimes you're really happy. Sometimes you had to pretend you were happy. But anyways, love doing that kind of stuff. A friend worked at GameStop in a mall, stole like 50 posters. Wow. Yeah. Well, lucky for them. Nice talking movie and stuff. Heading out for the Warriors watch party. Nice. Hey, I appreciate you, Manny. Hopefully you can jump back in next Monday if you're still here to hear this goodbye for that giveaway next Monday as well. Brett, I appreciate you dropping in, Manny. It has definitely been fun chatting it up here. You remember OKG videos? Yeah, and I think I still see OK Chief posting stuff from time to time. I think he's doing more like just collecting of like toys and games and things like that now. I don't really know anybody that's doing GameStop dumpster diving anymore. So, oh, go San Francisco Giants. Hey, man, you know what? The Giants, what a season last year. And didn't the Giants get screwed on that last call at the end of the year? Just got killed. And, but it looks like I thought they lost a pitcher. Posey retired. I was like, oh, man, they're going to fall off. But nope, the Giants are still looking pretty good this year. So I don't know if they're going to get 109 wins, but the Giants are looking pretty good. Yeah. They made GameStop employees sell used games as new and gaming magazines hard to customers. Wow. Yeah. GameStop has done some scandalous stuff. But, one thing that I do appreciate, and I still have a lot of the books, like the big, game manual books and gameplay books, even like some Super Mario stuff and like some real cool stuff that are still brand new, like in the wrapper and everything. I got them sitting out in the garage, and those at some point, probably hit eBay or something. But the problem was with GameStop throwing so many of them away, they were just available everywhere, and so they weren't worth nothing, and to ship them was so expensive. But now I think we can ship them media mail, and it wouldn't be too expensive. But but there's so much stuff that was cool that came out of those dumpsters back in the day. Used to run the mystery box thing. Those were fun. Yeah, no, they totally were. That maybe we'll put up a poll question in the group there and see if we can get enough interest to do another one or something. It would be cool. New Wave fan, Web Movie One son sent you. Yeah, hell yeah. Web Movie One is the big homie, and appreciate him and everything he's doing. And I know he's a little bitty. He bitty right now. He was on the way home. I think he was coming home today from LA, hanging out with the crew down in LA, hanging out down there with Aaron and some of the boys down there. So I think he had a nice little break from reality weekend and got his mind off of things. So yeah. GameStop dumpsters is addictive. Stopped back in 2021. Oh, wow. You were doing it that long, huh? Yeah. For me, it's, excuse me. It's been a lot longer than that. I don't think I've looked in a GameStop dumpster in maybe 4 years or so. But yeah, it was addicting. It definitely was addicting because all the stuff you could find there. Yeah, no, they if we're talking about GameStop, they definitely had a lot of cool stuff. Yeah. After having the Wilpons penny pinch their way year to year, I'm glad to have an owner like Cohen that doesn't care about money. They'd never release a guy like Cano. Right? Releasing Cano was surprising. With as much money as they owed him, you would think now, there's, because, being such a veteran and everything, it's hard to send these guys down to the minors, but you would think that they would be like, oh, we think you're injured. You better go do a rehab stint. Kind of like what the Padres are doing with Luke Voit right now. And man, the Yankees are looking like geniuses for getting rid of Luke Voit. So the Padres trade for him. They're thinking, oh, he'll be like regular DH guy or something like that. Maybe play some first base. And he has been hurt, supposedly hurt. And they sent him down to the minors. In the minor leagues, Luke Voit struck out 9 at-bats in a row. This is going into yesterday. So, I don't know if he has just lost it or what is going on. But, man, who knows if they're going to be able to keep him. But he's under control, I think, for like 2 more seasons. But a guy like Cano and that much money just to say goodbye, here's a check. We'll see you. Hey, it could be like, I think, aren't the Mets still paying Bobby Bonilla like for 10 more years or 8 more years or something? They're still writing Bobby Bonilla like a $1 million a year check or something. So next Vegas trip, can't believe Cano was on PEDs. And that's, here's the thing, a lot of these guys, they start getting older, they start losing it, or they get hurt. And who knows if Cano really didn't know what he was taking or didn't realize it was, illegal or whatever. And I don't know the whole story behind it, but, a lot of these guys, they're just trying to prolong their career, hoping not to get caught, trying to get that next big paycheck. And, I can't say I condone it, but I say I get it. When you're talking that much money, I get it. Cheating not good, but I get it. But the next Vegas trip, I'm not really sure right now. Cinestalker and I have been talking about trying to get out there, and he has, he wasn't able to go out there last time with me because I went out for 4 nights and it was just a little bit too long for him. But Cinestalker and I definitely want to get out there. And because here's the thing, we love going out, Fluff, Web Movie One, Cinestalker, me, whoever, like partying it up, having fun. But here's the thing, Fluffy has like, problems being on his feet for too long. And so he has a hard time partying it up like Cinestalker and I do. And Wet Movie One is a drinker, but he's not a drinker like Cinestalker and I. And so when Cinestalker and I are out there, it is a wild time. So I don't know, and they're all the guys are always welcome to come when we go. But when we go on this next trip, it is going to be like some of the past trips where Cinestalker and I have just gotten lit and partied real hard for the whole weekend. So that will be happening soon. Exactly when, I'm not 100% sure yet. But Cinestalker, we were actually even talking about it like within the last few days, trying to figure out dates. So it'll happen soon. I'm not exactly sure yet though. But you know me, it's going to be like, probably once a month or so. 1 million for like another 10 years or so, I think, right? Yeah, no, Bobby Bonilla, like what? It's kind of genius if you think about it, because if he was young and foolish and went and blew all his money, knowing he's going to get $1 million a year for like 30 years after he retired, pretty smart. Because no matter what, you're still going to have money. You're never going to be homeless. You're always going to have, enough money to get by and live, even a better than average life, even if you were dead broke every year when you got that check. So, it's great. And, but not many players would have been like, no, spread my 30 million bucks out over the next, 30 years, especially now. And how pissed off is Bobby Bonilla now that, all these guys like, Manny Machado, Mookie Betts, and all these guys getting $300 million, literally like 30 million bucks a year for 10 years, just crazy money. And good for them. But at the same time, it sucks for us as fans because we want to go to a game. We want to take our family, our kids, or whatever, go to a ball game, or even if it's just like you and a date or you by yourself, you want to be able to get a good seat, have something to eat or whatever. It costs a fortune to go to a baseball game now. And I get it. When you would go to an NFL game, you expect to pay a lot of money. There's only 8 of them, unless you make the playoffs or if you go to preseason, but fuck that. There's only 8 real games a year, maybe a playoff game where you can go. So you understand it's going to be a lot more money. NBA, you have like 41 home games a year, going to cost more money. So, for Major League Baseball, for the average ticket price to be like, I don't know, 60 or 70 bucks, whatever it is now, is just, it's insane. I remember, oh man, I want to say this must have been like 95. And I know this is an eternity ago now, but going to the ball games and in San Diego, they would have Super $4 Monday. You could get a ticket to the game for $4 anywhere in the house. We would sit like right behind home plate for $4. You could get, it was $4 to get in, $4 beers, but it was $1 for sodas and $1 for hot dogs. And so now there's still some minor league stadiums that do stuff like that, but I don't think it's $4. I think it's more like super $7 or super whatever. But for Major League Baseball, you used to be able to do things like that, but they just don't have it anymore. And now if you want a ticket for less than like $30 in San Diego, you don't get a seat. You're standing room only. So it's very expensive, and if you're taking kids and family and stuff, and then you want to eat and everything, it's really pricey. Plus parking, the cheapest parking and is blocks away is still over 20, like 20, 25 or $30. So it's crazy. And now in Boston, we went to the game at Fenway last September, And if you know Boston, there's like a Target a couple blocks away in a big building, and their parking structure underneath, cheapest place to park that I found. And we parked there earlier in the day, and it was like, I think like for the whole day, it was like $25 around there. But we parked there, and then we hopped on the train and rode down. Went like Faneuil Hall, went over to like Mike's Pastries, and had lunch and walked around, and then got on the train, went back up to Fenway, and watched the game. And for the whole day, parking was less than $30. If I remember correctly, I think it was about $25, 27, somewhere in there. But it wasn't bad for the whole day. And so, but that's still like that much. But the tickets, and we were in like the seats kind of far back at Fenway, and Fenway is one of those stadiums that doesn't have many layers like like most stadiums do now, where you have field level, then another layer of seats, and another layer, and then the nosebleeds and all that. Fenway's basically like one layer and then a little second layer up on top. But we were kind of back, like semi-obstructed view, and man, the tickets were still like 40 something bucks a piece. But now, yeah, the Red Sox were like a game away from the World Series last year. And it's Fenway, and the history, it's like going to Yankee Stadium, like the old Yankee Stadium, just the lore and just being, in a place, in a building with so much history, is just really cool. But it's not cheap. It's just not cheap anymore. And a lot of that, and hey, I support the unions and stuff, but man, these player unions are getting out of control in these budgets. And then you got some teams like the Oakland Athletics. The Oakland A's payroll for the entire season, I think they were saying, is less. The entire team is making less than Manny Machado is for the San Diego Padres. Their entire team making less than one player for the Padres. And so there's markets that just can't afford it. And unfortunately, and they're talking about expansion, forget all that. Because what's going to happen? Tampa Bay, the Rays, the Oakland A's, those teams are going to be looking for new homes. And Vegas is, itching to get a team. They have a spot. They want to knock down the Tropicana, build a stadium right there, which why not? Tropicana is like one of the oldest, dumpiest casinos on the Strip. Nobody would miss it. So, who knows? But my guess is in the next few years, it'll be the Las Vegas A's. Doesn't have the same ring as Oakland A's, but what are you gonna do? What was it? A's were what, in Kansas City before? Kansas City A's, or they were Milwaukee? I don't know where they were. They were somewhere long time ago, back in the 60s and stuff. But anyways, it's just sad. It's sad, and I did watch Adam the Woo did a video a few days ago going to an Oakland A's game. It was a weekday, and man, was it sad. It looked like they were guessing there was less than, the Philadelphia A's. That's right. Yeah, thanks. The Oakland, it looked like there was less than 1,000 people in the entire stadium for a Major League Baseball game. Just crazy. Any update on Brendan's new home situation? I don't know that I feel comfortable putting out where he is at with that, but things are going good. Things are going good. There is progress. Brendan has, I'm just going to say things are a lot better for Brendan's living situation than they were just a few days ago. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and things are looking good for him. But I don't want to speak out of turn and put words in his mouth or say something that he may have spoken to me in confidence. But I think he's going to be okay. And at this point, I don't think he's going to wind up like living in a hotel. So, yeah. It's tough to take family game nowadays. Minor league baseball is so fun and cheap. Yeah, and you know what? There's a few minor league teams around here. There's the Lake Elsinore Storm, which are like a Padres team. There's the, I think like San Bernardino 66ers, like Route 66, the 66ers, that are, I think, like a Dodger affiliate or maybe an Angels affiliate. And then, there might be one other, the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. I don't know who they're affiliated with anymore. They were Dodgers, but I don't know. But there's a few minor league teams around here that are a lot more affordable. Yeah, and also my big homie Fred has taken me to a couple because he got like this big season ticket package, and he had extra tickets to a few of the Ontario Reign minor league hockey games, which are a real blast. Hockey in person, man, it is hard to beat hockey in person. The action, the excitement, everything is just amazing. Absolutely love going to hockey games. I remember going to double headers when I was a kid and see two games for nothing. Now tickets are for each game, and you had to buy two tickets to see both games. Right? No, you're 100% correct. Yeah, used to be going to a double header. It was like you wouldn't even move. You wouldn't leave your seat. You were golden. We were watching two games. Now, no, funnel everybody out, make everybody pay to get back in. And is that good for the players? Now the players have to wait like, a couple hours or hour and a half in between games because they need to funnel the fans in and out. It'd be a lot better if they would just play the game, take like a 30-minute break, come back, play the second game. So the players that are going to play both, they're still warm, their arms are still loose, you're going to less risking injuries and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm with you, man. I am with you. It sucks what they did now. First time viewer, What Movie One. Bruce Wayne, I appreciate you for being here. Appreciate What Movie One for sending you. Make sure you're here next Monday, if you can, from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. here on the West Coast time, Pacific time. So if you're on the East Coast, 8 to 9 p.m. But on the West Coast, 5 to 6 p.m., we are going to do another $30 giveaway next Monday as well. So be sure to be here. And then we covered that, and we covered that. It's so bad because Tampa is pretty good every year, but they get no support and have to get new players. It's almost like every year because they can't afford guys. No, that's so true. It is so true. And to see some of their players have to go elsewhere, and play for other teams. It's amazing how they stay good, because they really do stay competitive. And it used to be, you'd always think with the Yankees and with Boston, and, in Toronto being a big city, having a budget, you would think like, man, the Orioles and, especially since the Nationals came to be, because the Orioles, when they lost half their market when Washington popped up. But you're like, how are the Orioles and the Rays ever going to compete? But the Rays find a way to do it. They do. They find a way to do it. But they can't play there forever. And I don't see them finding the means to build another stadium down there. So it's got, at some point it's going to give, and somebody's going to have to build them a new stadium. Now, it might be Virginia, which wouldn't be too far from there, but still it is kind of far. Jacksonville, I don't think is a big enough city. Charlotte, I don't know. But Virginia, and I don't know if we're talking Virginia Beach, Roanoke, I mean, like whatever in that area. Back in the 90s, the Padres, before they got their stadium deal out here, the Padres were on the verge of moving to Virginia in the late 90s. And so, that's there's a few areas there like Charlotte and like Oklahoma City, maybe, it's a big city, but it's a smaller city. Indianapolis. I mean, there's other cities out there that could support a baseball team a lot better than Tampa is. And here's a problem. I mean, it's just in all honesty, if we really think about it, most of the people in Tampa are like retirees. It's a retirement city, So I mean, obviously you got a lot of, young people or whatever, but the people that would be going to the ball games there, most of them are going to be like Yankees fans or Mets fans, maybe Boston fans, maybe Orioles fans. They're going to be fans of where they moved down from to get out of the cold. We've known forever, if you watch enough mob movies, that New Yorkers, they get old and they get tired of the cold. They move to Florida. So I just think, eventually it's going to be, unfortunate, but Tampa's going to have to move. It just, that stadium, it always gets the reviews for having the worst food, that it's falling apart, plumbing issues, electrical issues, things like that. Just doesn't have the amenities. So, it's unfortunate, but it's going to have to, it's going to have to happen. Hang on a second. Peter Castillo, what's up? How you doing? Man, you just missed. We probably spent 15, 20 minutes talking about that. Let me answer Rob's question, or talk about Rob's comment here, and then we'll get back into that here. Hey, you can become a Cincinnati Reds fan and take a dump in their team trucks like some fans want to, right? Hey, I don't know what Cincinnati like why they decided to do what they did, because Cincinnati had a couple really good young pitchers. Their outfield last year was sick. Joey Votto at first, and what's his name? India. Is he their second baseman? The Reds had a good team. They were just a few pieces away. In that division, it was there. Like they were on the cusp and they dumped everybody. And now India's hurt and Votto's like batting like, 100 or something. Like, why would you ever go? I get it. I get it. And hey, watching a lot of Padre games over the years, they did the same thing forever and ever and ever. But I get it, man. Cincinnati, that's rough. But I've got a lot of family lives in Ohio, and I don't know that too many of them are real big baseball fans. But it'd be very interesting to hear from their perspective. Because here's the thing: from the time that I've spent in Ohio and getting to know the family I have back there, you ask them, "Are you a Browns fan or a Bengals fan? Or are you Indians or whatever they're called now, Guardians, or a Reds fan?" The only sport they care about in that state is Ohio State Buckeyes. That's it. They care about the Ohio football team, the college football team. Like other than that, they're like, everything else is second fiddle. And I get it. When you got a school like that that's been so good for so long, it's going to have that huge fan base. So, it's a legendary school. But anyways, as far as the dumpster diving goes, I was just saying, there's the dumpsters over here. GameStops, they destroy what they do put out. But for the most part now, all the dumpsters within like 30, 40 miles of me, they have all put like chain link fences with locks around all the dumpsters. You can't get to them anymore. You physically can't get to the dumpsters. And so, unfortunately, that and the fact that they quit putting stuff out even before then, it was really, it was a dying sport. And I had, like I was saying, I had made even a few dumpster dive videos. I went out, recorded, did my hunting, my diving and all that, and came home and never released them because I never found anything. So unfortunately, no, those are a thing of the past. And that's just, I can't see it changing, and that's just being, completely honest. Great finally catching up on your live video, hopefully catching up live video. Hey, much love to you too. I appreciate you being here. You've been here like all night. I really appreciate that. But definitely, next Monday, if you can, be here 5 to 6 p.m. We'll do it again. We will do it again. We'll throw out another drawing for another Amazon gift card. So, but appreciate you. Hamburger Time 98. Well, thank you very much. You're my favorite viewer. Thank you very much, Hamburger Time. Tito Danino, what up? Have I said your name tonight yet, Tito Danino? Bruce, they don't call him the OGP for nada. That's funny. That's funny. I want to tell you, recently picked up VFW Camp Colebrook. Really good movie for $1. Yeah, you know what? VFW was great. I owned that before I ever got a copy for $1, and I only bought it because it had slipcover, so it was an upgrade for me. But VFW was a great movie. Really enjoyed it. And Camp Colebrook was a lot of fun. I was very pleasantly surprised with that. So good. Yeah, I'm glad you grabbed those. They're definitely good movies to have in your collection. Fun watches, that's for sure. Big football fan, and I was sent here by the wet one. Well, Kevin Hampton, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Yeah, and I appreciate all the love everybody's sending this way from the wet one. He is my main man. Fret Buzz Guitar, When Movie One. What up? Hey man, everybody, again, we did the drawing about just before 6 o'clock. We're gonna do it again next Monday. So if you're not here, or if you can be here between 5 and 6 p.m. next Monday. I go live every Monday at 5 o'clock on the West Coast. So 8 o'clock on the East Coast. every Monday. I'm live. Next Monday, we're going to do another drawing. And just like on this little scroll here down below, if we have more than 40 viewers at the time of the drawing, it'll be a $50 gift card. And if we have more than 100 viewers at the time, it'll be a $100 gift card. So we want to share the video. I'm going to put up a link earlier in the day for the video, and I'll share and remind everybody. But if you're not, if you would please hit the subscribe and the bell so you get the notifications. But next Monday, we will be going live and doing another gift card giveaway. So you want to be here for that if you can. But I appreciate each and every one of you being here. I really do. It's a lot of fun hanging out, chatting, especially, getting some comments, some topics to discuss. Just a lot of fun hanging out. A big football fan, and I was sent here by the wet one as well. Does my hat give it away? So here's the thing. And if Rob Mitchell's still watching, I know he'll have a thing or two to say. But yes, I really do enjoy football. And my team is, as the hat shows, the New England Patriots. And so here is the catch. Here is the whole story with that. I have lived basically almost my entire life in Southern California. Growing up, my dad, my uncles, lots of family and everybody, San Diego Charger fans. Years ago, I don't remember, my kids were still really small. We were back in Boston, and we went to, and I hated Boston. Back in the day, I hated Boston. Or I should say I hated the New England Patriots. And that was from being at a game, I think in 1995, maybe 96. The Patriots went into San Diego and beat the Chargers 49-7. And the fans were running around and, just gloating and everything. And it was like, screw you guys, But a few years after that, I went back to Boston, and we went to Gillette Stadium, and it was amazing. Compared to the dump of a stadium that was in San Diego, that stadium was a palace, and I absolutely loved it. I know a lot of people, like Boston, people from Boston get a bad rep, kind of like, a lot of New Yorkers are perceived as, rough and rugged, and, they'll put you in your place, and they're kind of rude or whatever. But it's really not like that. Like you go to New York City. I remember standing in the subway, one of the times I was in New York, and like trying to figure out which train I wanted to get on. And, I don't know how many people come up and be like, oh, where are you trying to go? And trying to help out. People are friendly everywhere you go. In general, people are friendly. You get the hard asses here and there, but in general, people are friendly. But Boston, being such a blue collar town, I just really fell in love with it. And, I do have some family ties up that way. And so, there's reason, that pull us, out there more than, just falling in love with the town being there. But we enjoy it. We love Boston. And so after going there, I kind of started pulling. I was like, well, if the Chargers aren't going to win, which we know they never are, then I'll root for the Patriots. And then once the Chargers left San Diego, I will never root for an LA football team. I'll never root for an LA baseball team. I'm not, I'm a San Diego, I'm a Boston guy. Those two cities. So I like the Padres, I like the Red Sox, and I love the New England Patriots. And all my Charger gear I had is gone. I either threw it away. My son is a big Charger fan, and now he grew up here where I live now. So he doesn't have like a San Diego loyalty or anything. So to him, the Chargers moving to LA was like not a big deal. But so he has some, Charger stuff and all that. And that's why I kind of feel bad rooting for the Chargers to lose every single game when my son is rooting for him to win. But I want them to lose every single game, and Dean Spanos can rot in hell. But the New England Patriots, man, a lot of people hate them. And, I guess it is what it is. It's kind of like, in the 80s with the San Francisco 49ers, in the 90s with the Cowboys, these franchises that just won a lot and pissed people off, and I get it. And here's the thing. I became a fan after the Patriots had won their third Super Bowl. And I was a fan for like, I don't know, 6 years or something before they won another one. So, some people call me a bandwagon. I don't care. I'm fine with that. Whatever. It is what it is. But hey, and I'm still Tom Brady's gone. Mac Jones is the man. He is a stud. He is a very smart quarterback. And I honestly believe Mac Jones is going to lead him to another Super Bowl sooner than later. So, yep, I'm a big football fan. To answer that question, yes. Orioles need a new owner. Yes, they do. No, the Orioles, too much history, too beautiful of a stadium to be that bad for this long. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Balder says, look at his hat. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Don't live too far from Roanoke. Virginia is for lovers. Virginia is for lovers. I've heard that. I've seen the license plate frames. But yeah, they tried to get the Padres, San Diego Padres, to move over there in the 90s, but didn't happen. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe they'll wind up with Tampa's roof leaks. Maybe they'll wind up with Tampa. And hey, Peter Castillo, that is huge. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate each and every one of you just being here. But when you are cool enough to throw down a super chat, that means a whole hell of a lot to me, and being able to do some things with this channel, like giveaways and like me going out to the movies to be able to bring you, reviews or my thoughts after seeing them, or add to collection, or talk about things or do things. Those super chats are huge. And every single penny of the super chats always goes to the channel here to keep the channel going. I'm still finding Yummy. Yeah, Yummy is still out there in the dollar stores, in the Dollar Trees, if you can find it. Peter Castillo, thank you so very much. Is there going to be another drunk review or a movie review? Well, there was a movie review. I mean, I released a movie review a couple days ago, but there will be at least one movie review a week. There's going to be an out and about, and there's going to be this live stream. Minimum those 3 every week. You're going to get those. So, is this Fred? Is this Fred hockey game? Fred right there. Fred, I work with you, Fred. Or is this a different Fred? Oh yeah, boo. Yeah. Hey man, you can. I'll tell you what. We'll make a deal. The Mets can go to the World Series if the Patriots can go back to the Super Bowl. How about that? What if you knew, if you knew, in order for the Mets to get to the World Series this year, the Patriots would have to be in the Super Bowl? Would you accept that deal? Is there going to be another? Oh yeah. Okay. So we just talked about that. Drunk movie reviews are always fun. But Fluffy just doesn't, he's not up here as much as he used to be. And so sometimes we watch movies when we're drinking and they're bad. And then we're like, I don't want to put out a movie where I'm like all angry or whatever, so there'll be another drunk movie review at some point. That is for sure. And then maybe a booze review at some point down here in the future too. We want to get those going again. You hate Boston too? Well, yeah, Mario, for being a New York guy. I get it. Sepper Aman, am I pronouncing that right? Sepper? A Super Bowl in San Diego is crazy. I saw 10 to 15 brawls a night down at the gas lamp during that Super Bowl week. Those trolleys full to the max, right? No. I remember, so when the last Super Bowl in San Diego, the one with the Raiders and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, was that the last one they had in San Diego? I think it might have been. And they did a big fireworks show like a night or two, I think the night before. And that fireworks show like over San Diego Bay was amazing. The biggest fireworks like I've ever seen in my life. It was just crazy. Like the NFL really does it up for Super Bowl week. It is very, very good. Oh, look, there he is right there, the Cine Stalker. Speaking of another Boston fan, another buddy down with the Boston, the Red Sox and the Pats over here. Cine Stalker in the house. Yeah. It's tough to get past the accent for me. Oh, hey, and here's the thing. Not all of Boston. In fact, most people from Boston don't have the accent. It's like New York. You really have to kind of get out into like the Bronx, or some, parts to really hear the accent anymore. Brady just needs to go away already, right? Right? And how pissed off are you that he goes from no, you're a Jets fan, right? Rob, you're a Jets fan, so you don't care that he's going to be in the same conference as the Giants, but are the Giants going anywhere? The Giants, the Jets had a great draft. The Jets, man, they are setting themselves up for the future if they can hold on to some players and maybe in a year or two sign a few free agents. But they got to figure out. Yeah, I mean, you got a good young quarterback. Got to protect him and got to keep his head right. But if he's running for his life all the time, he's never going to develop. So the Jets, man, got a great draft though. Got to give it up to the Jets for that draft. Yeah. No, definitely. Sinistalker and I will be out in Vegas before you know it. That's for sure. You saw Jerry Rice on a date with two women at the tequila bar during Super Bowl week, and Mike Vick walking down gas up in a Montana jersey. Wow, that's awesome. That is awesome. And that's what happens when you have those big events like that. You always get the celebrities, especially in the same sports, popping up. Brady going to win in the Super Bowl before he's done. I don't know, because Tampa and the cap space issues and stuff. Tampa has some serious weapons. But I don't know how their running game's going to be, but they're definitely going to have a massive passing attack. But what will the rest of them be? I don't know. And Sinistalker nailed it right here about Dean Spanos. That guy right there. That guy can suck a fat one. That Dean Spanos, he can. Tired Boy. Did anybody hear about DN? What's DN? How you doing, Tired Boy? What is DN? What is DN? Need a little more. I'm not following you. My bad. Brendan was telling me about him. Crazy stuff. Oh, is that the dude that pulled his balls out on Brendan's live stream? Somebody like Brendan was doing a live stream. He threw out the link. So, and this is Wet Movie One. If you don't know, Wet Movies One's name's Brendan. He was doing a live stream, and so he put out the link so anybody could join. And somebody joined and pulled his ball sack, his nuts out on the live stream. And so Brenda had to pull that video down, which is hysterical, but it sucks at the same time. You're okay. Mario just messing with me over here. Okay. I think I'd have to, since the Jets aren't ready. They got to get better in the draft. Still not good enough, right? Yeah, you'd have to take that deal right now. You have to take that deal. Brady's going to end up like Namath out there. Here's the thing. I get it. While you're young enough and healthy enough, if you love something and have a passion for it, do it. And if that's why he's still playing, then more power to him. More power to him. I'm not rooting for Tampa Bay. If it comes down to Tampa Bay versus pretty much any other team aside from the Patriots, I'll be rooting for Tampa Bay. But I don't know. I understand, because once Brady retires and he's done for good, then that's over. It's his whole career is over. So I'm not mad at him for sticking around, but I know there's a lot of Brady haters that just want him gone, and I get that too. Getting Uncharted movie this weekend. Nice. Okay, that's cool. And I never saw that one, but that's one that I'll definitely be checking out at some point. And I'll probably check it out streaming first before I decide whether I'm going to buy it or not. But looked like a fun movie. So yeah, definitely maybe next week you can let me know how that is. If you check it out before then. The guy in our, oh man. I feel violated even reading that comment, man. Oh, it's horrible. That's horrible. Brady has stayed way healthier than Namath through the years. Namath's knees were oatmeal at the end. Yeah, and there's a lot of quarterbacks that, even look at Joe Montana. Kansas City wasn't a bad team, but let's be realistic. Was Joe Montana going to win a Super Bowl with Kansas City when he was there? No. and so, but I get it. With his injury and then moving on to Steve Young in San Francisco and Montana coming back. And then and the only reason they moved on to Young was because he was so much younger. It was like Kansas City now, with them. Was it what's his name that they kicked to the curb? The dude from Utah that went to Washington and got his knee all busted up, or his whole leg, to bring on Mahomes. It was like them moving on from him. He was a solid quarterback, but when the future is younger and good, you got to go to the future. And so, you get it. But I saw an interesting stat. I think it was on, I forget. It was on one of the morning talk shows. Might have been on Colin Cowherd, and they were talking about Brady's last season, his numbers in New England and his last season. And yeah, they made the playoffs. They got stomped, but Brady's numbers in Boston the last year he was there were not great. They were good, better than most, but they weren't Brady-esque. They weren't, some of his best numbers. So you can kind of say, oh, okay, well, we felt like it was the end of the line. But here's the of it talks about in the Brady leaving New England is the Patriots had like less than $1 million in cap space, and they had so many free agents to re-sign. So how are they going to keep Brady and have anybody that could catch the ball? They were already hurting so bad, just trying to pay Brady and some of the other, older players that they had. They just didn't have the cap space to do it. They had to rebuild. And I mean, how long can you go? You look at like Kansas City right now, giving Mahomes a 10-year deal. That's really smart. You locked him in. Yeah, you paid the guy $500 million, but you have that quarterback, and 7 or 8 years from now, maybe that $50 million seems reasonable. Probably not. Still, it's still pretty high number. But you've got a window that's going to be a few years before you're going to have to rebuild. So lock your guy up, do what you can. You sacrifice the future to win now. That's what you do. Oh yeah, Balzer. Thanks, Alex Smith. You do what you can to win now, and then you rebuild. And so, the last couple of years, Michael Vick experiment, it started off looking pretty promising. But then, after Vick had COVID and came back, it was bad. But, he couldn't throw a ball more than 15 yards to save his life with any accuracy. But it was exciting, and I was rooting for. I didn't say Michael Vick, did I? Because it. Well, my doorbell's ringing into my house. That's sketchy, and it's jacking me up right now. It's jacking me up. But anyways, the Patriots in a rebuilding mode. They are definitely, they have to rebuild, and so to have a guy like Mac Jones to be able to lock up for a long time, and they had some of these, real big contracts going away. And so they're getting some cap space. They're reloading. Are they going to win a Super Bowl this year? Probably not, but they're setting themselves up for the future. Some of the old guys like Stephon Gilmore and Kyle Van Noy, some of these guys leaving, they just had to, you have to make cap space, for young guys to build for the future. And so that's what they're doing. So, it's part of the process. And the Patriots, for them to be able to hold on for 20 years, that was impressive enough as it was. So let's see, Mario, you're happy your Yankees are doing good? Oh, sorry, I'm hearing people talking behind me. It's messing me up. You're happy Yankees doing good. They keep it up. You should watch the Ambulance movie. It is really good. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Well, hey, I'm glad you enjoyed the Ambulance movie. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll give it a shot. Rob, Brady can join USFL or the other league, Johnny Manziel, Terrell Jones, right? Okay. Yeah, just get him out of the league, right? Send him to Canada, Canadian Football League or something, anywhere, right? Anywhere other than that, anywhere other than the NFL. Pick up new Spider-Man, House of Gucci. Haven't watched yet. Oh, okay, cool. Nice. Yeah, House of Gucci, that has the girl from Ozark, and man, it's so weird seeing her in House of Gucci with is House of Gucci the one? Maybe it's not. Maybe that's not the one I'm thinking of. Where the girl from Ozark, where no, I think this is different. Where she was pretending to be a rich, like fashion person or something, right? I think I'm getting those two twisted, but anyways, yeah, new Spider-Man, nice, that's cool. You got to win while the QB is cheap, like the Seahawks did with Russell Wilson. 100%. No, you are correct about that. Yeah. Yeah. No, here's the thing. The Chargers are stacking up. They are all in. They've signed so many players. And hey, if they can't win with this roster, will they ever? I mean, they've had some amazing rosters, and they just can't get out of their own way. They just cannot get out of their own way. So, but I'm okay with that because Dean Spanos can suck it. And LA, not the people, not like you folks living there, but LA sports teams in general can suck it. Brian, hey OGP, how'd you meet Fluff? Is he a childhood friend of yours? So it's funny because both of our names are Phil. And Fluffy and I both, when we were 15 years old, both of us were 15, we got hired on to work at a Taco Bell. And we both started at Taco Bell the exact same day. So because of that, I have known Fluffy since December of 1989. December of 1989 is when I met Fluff. We got a job working together. And so that's a long time. But yep, that's how we met. We got both got hired at same Taco Bell. They decided to hire two people, and they hired both dudes named Phil on the same day. Like, good luck. Trying to remember which one of us is which. The Chargers lost me as a fan when they let LT go. Went through Breeze and everything else, but LT got me right. So watching the Chargers, you went through, Air Coryell era back late 70s, early 80s. And you had Kellen Winslow, Dan Fouts, Charlie Joyner. One of the best offensive football teams of all time, and they couldn't get it done. You went through, they actually made it to the Super Bowl with Stan Humphries, but you're talking right then, Junior Seau, Alfred Papunu, Rodney Harrison was there. So many talented guys on that roster. Tony Martin, the badass wide receiver. So many great guys on that team as well. Couldn't get it done. And then, you get Breeze, and, he gets hurt, so you let him go. You decide to go to Rivers. Flip a coin with that. I think if Breeze stays and Rivers goes, I don't think Breeze wins the Super Bowl with San Diego. I think it would have been the same boat as Phillip Rivers. But hey, I'm happy for Drew Brees that he was able to go to New Orleans and win a Super Bowl. He's a great quarterback. And if any town deserved a Super Bowl win after what New Orleans went through with Katrina and everything else, like, they deserved a Super Bowl win. So that was great. And for a great dude, great, Drew Brees is a great person. So, really happy for him. But so many good, like, talented players went through San Diego and now LA and have come and gone and never won anything. They've wasted so many careers. But yeah, letting LT go is like, dude, they let Rodney Harrison walk. They sent Junior Seau packing. It's like, who are you kidding? These are your all-time greats. You don't send them away, somebody who's been there for 15 years or whatever, but yeah, man, such bad decisions. This is our year. How many times, right? This is our year. No. And then you'd get usually you'd get 5 games in the season and be like, well, there's always next year. It just, how many times as a Charger fan would you say, well, there's always next year? So you're going to go ape shit on the Vinegar Syndrome halfway sale. I am. Yes, Sean. And it's really cool. I just got invited by Master Chaos to be part of a video on, I think on the 27th, if I remember right, or 2026 or something. But I'm going to join Master Chaos and, I think some other folks for a sale right before the halfway sale, or for I'm going to join for a sale. Join them for a video, like a group video, right before the halfway sale starts. But there's a lot that I want from Vinegar Syndrome. There's like a lot I want. So I'm going to be dropping some cash on that. So I should have waited with the last group of pickups that I got from them, but I was like, you know what, it's been a while. I want to grab some stuff. And but anyways, now that sale is definitely going to cost me some money, that's for sure. But hey, it'll be great. I can't wait. Vinegar Syndrome puts out some amazing films that otherwise we probably wouldn't get to see. Chargers fan base kind of small. Seems like the crowd's usually light. Yeah, no, the Chargers fan base, it's probably the smallest in the NFL. Like if I had to guess, if I had to bet, I would bet, that the Chargers has the smallest fan base in the NFL, even being in America's second largest city. Especially with the Rams winning the Super Bowl, and LA was a Rams town, but LA is still more than the Rams or the Chargers. LA is still a Raider town. You see more Raider gear than anything in Southern California. So no, the Chargers are screwed. If they had any sense, they would move back to San Diego, because most of the people in LA don't want them there, and the fan base they do have drives up from LA or Orange County to see them. It's just it's foolish for them to be up there. And most of the time, the crowd is for the other team. You see, like when the Chiefs go in there, the crowd's red. The Dolphins choosing Dante Culpepper over Drew Brees, right? How did that work out? But who knows? Hindsight's 2020. Yeah, so true. Always next year. Yeah. Well, there's always next year. Yeah. No, they alienated. They totally did. They alienated their fan base. Ryan, Bullspit artist. Bullspit. What movie went chokes while laughing while trying to down Old English 800? Yeah. so apparently you saw the Vegas video, right? Yeah, where that was even me. I get it now. I get the context. I get the full context of me calling him a bullshit artist and him spitting out his Old English. Yeah, trying to down it. What movie one? Trying to go full gangster, and me calling him a bullshit artist. And he spit it all down. But you know what? But then he came back for more, and then he really vindicated himself with the 3 shots of the Canadian apple whiskey. Which, man, if you guys you get some good Canadian apple whiskey, throw that in the freezer a couple hours, and it goes down smooth. Man, that stuff is so good. It's smooth like if you've had Jägermeister in the freezer for a while, it goes down so smooth. It's like that Canadian apple whiskey, man. It's so good. I wish the newer stuff they release would be on sale, but I think 50% cutoff is February. Okay. Yeah, I mean, but there's still a lot. There's still so much that I don't have that I'm still going to be in trouble. I'm still going to be in trouble for that. But but they've, there's been some new good stuff too, but hey, you know what, for me, I can wait for that. I can wait for Black Friday, or I can wait for next year if I have to for that, because I'm sure I will spend enough money as it is. Yeah, right. No, that Vegas video, that was an epic trip. We had such a good time. 4 of us cramming into one little hotel room was just like, what the hell were we thinking? But it was fun. We had so much fun that trip. I need a White Russian. No, right? For real, man. It's been a long time. Even the last few trips. Maybe 2 trips ago I had a White Russian out in Vegas. But this last trip, didn't play any poker at all. And usually I hit the White Russians when I'm sitting at the poker table. So, man, it's been a while since I've had a White Russian, but do love me some White Russians, man. Oh, man, love some White Russians. Yeah. Just like the dude, man, the dude loves him some White Russian. Look at that. I got a, figure out how to point to it. Up, over there. That poster right there. Jeff Bridges autograph on that little poster right up there. Oh, yes. Right there. Man, so cool. That was one of my holy grail items, and to get Jeff Bridges and Julianne Moore. Now all I need is John Goodman. I mean, like I'd love to get Steve Buscemi on there as well, but man, if I could get Goodman on there, woo, I just need somebody to have a signing for Goodman where I can mail that puppy off. But yeah, that is a really really cool one I've got right there. That and my Dexter having Michael C. Hall and John Lithgow is a pretty amazing like grail piece for me too. That blue drink he gets is different in Western. You're talking about Wet Movie One's the blue meth the drink that he had, and I was so pissed. I was ready to kill him, man. Like so we go downtown this last trip, and me and Fluff and the anonymous boozer like standing there, and Wet Movie One's like, hey, I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna just go get some footage, and we're like, okay, all right, go do your thing. And he comes back and he's like, oh, yeah, I just had some blue meth. I'm like, dude, you suck. You suck. Like, I want blue meth. Like, like, come on, man. I would have totally gone and got blue meth with you. But I just think he didn't want for all of us to completely leave Fluff hanging because it was all the way at the other end of Fremont Street and Fluffy wasn't about to walk all the way down there. So, I get it. But man, that blue meth stuff, I don't remember what all they put in it right now, but it's a pretty tasty little drink. It's fun to get like once a trip or something because it is like that little glass is like $15, but it's like at that nerd bar. And so you're getting it, just, where you're at, and just wants to do it, but it was pretty tasty. It is a tasty little drink. In Dallas and a Cowboys fan, let me hear the hate. So here's the thing. I don't hate Dallas and I don't hate the Cowboys, but I do hate bandwagon Cowboy fans from around the country, like Cowboys being America's team or whatever. To me, like there's so many Cowboy fans that have never even stepped foot in the state of Texas. And they're out here because when LA didn't have a team at all and the Cowboys were winning, so many people just jumped on the Cowboy bandwagon. And so that drives me nuts. People that are Cowboy fans that have never even stepped, not forget Dallas or forget the stadium, forget Arlington. It's the people that have never even stepped foot in Texas. And they're like these diehard Cowboy fans. Just drives me nuts. But hey, the Cowboys, they're another team that has had so much talent. And man, what's his name? I'm drawing a blank on the quarterback's name right now. I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of your quarterback right now. I know he's put up some great numbers and everything, but does he have the it to put him over the top? I don't know. Like, I don't see him being like on the level of like Troy Aikman or something where you can really get over the top. But, I mean, like you look at back in the day, man, you had like Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, and then other surrounding cast. Who was that tight end that you guys had like forever that was so good? You had like you had the big three offensive weapons and then surrounded with other pieces, different years and stuff. And the Cowboys were so good for so long, and it just, I just don't feel like I don't feel like they have enough to overcome some of these other monster powerhouse teams right now. Buscemi's cool. He's an actual firefighter. Yeah, I know, right? You know what? And that's what's cool. Buscemi is like one of those dudes who's like so fascinating. There's so much stuff about him that is just like so cool. And to me, and that's kind of like one of the reasons I'm such a big fan of Stipe in UFC is that he is like an active everyday firefighter. It's like Shaq went and became like a sheriff's deputy or whatever. And that's cool. But it was more like ceremonial, and then he got to have a concealed carry, whatever. And Shaq's a great dude. Don't get me wrong. I'm never going to bash Shaq. I love Shaq is one of like the best things to ever happen to basketball. He's hilarious. Even a couple of his rap songs were okay. I don't know about the movies, but in general, Shaq is just a funny human being. But but Steve Buscemi he is a very unique, interesting individual. But yeah, love Steve Buscemi. The season of Dexter was the best. Oh yeah, no. The season with Lithgow And that was, yeah, I do believe you are right. That is my favorite season of Dexter. Dude, John Lithgow. I mean, like, to see him go from stuff like Third Rock to the monster that he was on Dexter was amazing. And I know Lithgow's done all kinds of different, crazy roles and stuff, but man, was he impressive. And just like, spoiler alert, like when, Dexter, comes home and finds his wife, and dead in the bath and the baby on the floor and everything, like, wow. Like, I mean, you want to talk about hitting a horror home run. Like, they nailed it right there. Take a sip of my 3-hour-old Diet Coke here. Love your video review of Gore Horror. Funny. Oh, nice. Yeah, Gore Horror, man. Like, I bought, I think it was it like 3 or 4 movies I got from, I think, SRS, right? And we popped it in, and it's just like, they're so ridiculous. You just have to laugh at them and appreciate them, for what they are. Jesse J, love the Cowboys, and I'm from Australia. Nice. Oh, is that Renee? Is that Renee Nazota you got on your picture right there? That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Hey, okay. Here's the thing. If you are from the other like hemisphere, you can root for whatever team you want. Like, you can't exactly drive down to your local stadium. And I get it. The Cowboys being such a big popular franchise, they're going to get the airtime down there that the Arizona Cardinals are not. The teams like that, the Minnesota Vikings of the world, they're not going to get the airtime that the Cowboys will down there. So I get that. And if that's what you were subjected to watching, that's what was on TV there, then I understand that connection. It's just in California, Arizona, you see so many Cowboy fans, and it's just like, bro, come on. Like, I know you got the jersey and everything, but name like 3 players. Name 3 players, and they can't do it. What movie won Takedown the last live stream? Because some dude pulled his balls out. Like, literally like pulled his nutsack out on there. I don't know who it was, but lesson learned, for What Movie One, allowing anybody and everybody just to, hop on, might have regretted that decision a little bit. But oh yeah, Dak Prescott. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Dak. And I'm not bashing Dak. Dak is a solid quarterback, puts up some good numbers, but I just don't know if he has that it factor. Because what we've seen in the big games, we haven't got it done. And now, is that Dak's fault? I mean, Dak made a pretty big mistake, but is it all Dak's fault? No, definitely not. It's a team sport more than any other sport. Imagine being a Washington fan and not sniffing the Super Bowl since Joe Gibbs, right? I mean, hey, there's a lot of teams that have suffered for a long, long time. And up until this past year, man, Cincinnati, man, that has been a tough franchise to be a fan of. But, the big homie Jake Steed has been a diehard Cincinnati fan as long as I've known him. So I was very happy for Jake Steed to see their team get in. And man, dude, I seriously wanted to see homeboy smoking a cigar after that game, just because I hate LA football teams. But that would have been cool. But you know what? Cincinnati has a great team. They're going to be good for a while. They are going to be a force to be reckoned with. Unfortunately, just like Buffalo, which I hate to say it, man, but oh yeah, Novacek. Novacek was a bad dude for the Cowboys for so long there. Ricky King, some more. Oh yeah. Some more on Show Dazzy stuff. Had to take it down. Dallas needs an it QB. That's I mean, hey, one player never fixes a team, but it could be an it quarterback, or it could be the right coach. And man, it looked like everything had come together this past season until the playoffs, and man, that ship sank fast. So who knows what's going to happen? Yeah, Jay Novacek and Witten. Witten was the other one I was thinking of. Yeah, Jason Witten. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the Cowboys had great players for a long time. Tony Romo was talented, but Tony Romo was kind of the same player. And I love listening to Tony Romo call games. Dude is brilliant, and hopefully, like, I know like Drew Brees is starting getting into broadcasting. I don't know if he'll ever call games or not. And I like, I'm surprised, but kind of, the Manning brothers, that little Monday Night Football alternate, because listening to the guys that were calling Monday Night Football was like, it was like, listening to, teeth get drilled on at the dentist. I just hated it. But the Manning brothers, whatever that was called, that was kind of fun, and, I'm kind of surprised because I don't like either of those guys. But listening to Tony Romo call games is great. He just, he has such a good understanding and knowledge of what is going on in the field, and he's able to communicate that. Where so many players or so many, broadcasters just, it's like Joe Buck, the worst thing to ever happen to pro sports. I don't know why anybody gives that dude a job, and thank God he's not on Fox anymore. Let him do Monday Night Football. Let him do one night a week. While he's doing Monday Night Football, I'll listen to Peyton Manning. That'll be fine. But I'm not listening to Joe Buck, and I don't have to on Fox anymore. Thank God. Mr. Keen Eye for the Obvious, Mr. Clue Dart himself. All Joe Buck can tell you is quarterback goes back to pass. Deep ball. Caught out of bounds. I mean, like the simple, basic stuff. There's no insight into the game. And it is just painstakingly annoying to listen to. And he's so arrogant. It's just, I can't stand it. So, hey, him and Troy Aikman, I think, if I remember right, they're both going to be doing Monday Night Football next year. More power to them. I'll be listening to Peyton and Eli. So, oh man, the bots are back. The bots are back. Let's see. Monk is better than Dexter. Ooh, man. You know what? I never got into Monk, but I liked that dude who played in that show. He was in the show, the other show before that, I think called Wings. He was like Cousin Balky or something like that, or whatever he was in that other show. I think it was Wings, right? That actor, I like him a lot, but never got into Monk that much. But man, Dexter, absolutely love Dexter. But you're, apples and oranges there. Dexter is like a horror show. Monk is dude has OCD and stuff. So Romo is a choke artist. Yeah, he did. But hey, if Dak Prescott keeps this up for a few more years, he'll be right there with Romo labeled as a choke artist. Like the Mannings think they're funny, but they're too distracting in that format. Yeah, well, and that's the thing. So for me, if I'm watching a Patriots game this coming season on Monday Night Football, I am in all likelihood liable to put on a radio broadcast of the game and watch the feed and turn off the sound. If I can get the Pats broadcast, I'm doing that for sure. But otherwise, I'm probably going radio and just killing the TV sound altogether. But I can't. Joe Buck, there's a lot of games that I have just not watched because I just can't listen to Joe Buck. He's just too annoying. Joe Buck got the job because of his dad. No, 100%. 100%. You know what? It's funny because years ago, we're talking in the 90s, in the late 90s, I'd be down at Fluffy's house and we would be playing, I think, GameCube, and we would be playing like MLB whatever. MLB 2000, MLB 99, something like that. But we'd be playing the home run derby part. And on the call, if you hit a home run, sometimes they would go, "Oh, Buck, he crushed it." And it sounded like, "Oh, fuck, he crushed it." But they were saying, "Oh, Buck," like as in like, Jack Buck. And not Joe Buck. We're talking Joey's dad. But he definitely did get that job because of his dad. But I don't know. Not a fan at all. So anyways, look at that. We are at 3 hours now, and I think we're going to wrap it up here and head on out and bid adieu until next week. But again, we'll just run through a couple things here. One, if you haven't already done so, if you would hit the hit the thumbs up button down there below, that'd be really cool. If you would do that, I'd really appreciate it. Make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell so you get the notification. So you get reminded every Monday at 5 o'clock. We're going to be doing this same time, wherever you are in the world, it's 5 o'clock here. And so if you hit the bell so you get the notifications, so you won't miss out. Next week we're going to do another drawing, another $30 gift card giveaway. This week went to Brian Miller. Again, congratulations to him. And to recap what is going on, one, if you haven't seen Doctor Strange yet, I highly, highly, highly recommend you do. It is, I can confidently say it's in my top 3 Marvel movies of all time. I'm not sure. I'd maybe watch it 1 or 2 more times before I can really decide where it truly sits, but it is one of the best Marvel movies of all time. In theaters, but also streaming, got Firestarter and Monstrous. Nothing big coming out this week. That Firestarter, it's something I don't think we asked for, and I don't think we need it. UFC Fight Night. One of my favorite fighters, Caitlin Chukagian, fighting this week. Can't wait to see her back in the octagon there. She hasn't fought since I actually think she fought in January. But physical media, not too much big coming out, but the Jurassic Park movies coming out in 4K. So if you want to grab those, Better Call Saul, Mayans, and Ozark on the TV. If you haven't seen the end of Ozark, highly recommend it. It's so good. Better Call Saul, Mayans are off to a great start to their seasons here. And the Obi-Wan trailer looked so good. Cannot wait for Obi-Wan to come back. So that's about it for a brief recap of what's going on this week in the way of entertainment movie news. But I do appreciate each and every single one of you for being here. Those of you that hooked it up with the super chats, thank you very much. That you'll really never truly understand how much that means to me for the support for the channel. I really, really thank you for those, honestly, from the bottom of my heart. Really appreciate it. So thank you very much for that, everybody. Like I always say when I wrap up these videos, let's be respectful of each other. Some people still want to rock the mask. Some people don't. Hey, more power to you, whichever way you want to, go. But, I think one thing we can all do is still kind of social distance, like we're at the grocery store or whatever. Just give each other a few feet, a little distance, just, because you don't know what everybody else is going to be comfortable with. So we just give each other a little bit of space and be polite and nice to each other. They no need for us to fight. You look at all the TV news and everything, they want us all to hate each other, and it doesn't need to be that way. In real life, it's not. So let's all respect each other, love each other, and have a great week, and take care of yourselves. Don't be getting that COVID. It sucks. It's still going around. Don't be doing it. Thank you all very much for watching. Have a great week, and I'll have another video up, like a regular out and about hunting video of some sort coming up in a few days, and a movie review coming in a few days. But next Monday, 5:00, we're doing it again. Another $30 Amazon gift card giveaway. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.